for the first about quarter and a half, we were a little bit on our heels trying to figure out what to do there. Obviously, we figured it out. The Mavs rushed for 273 yards last week, and 293, well, that can't be right. I've got to have that wrong. 293 yards, that's not right. We were rushed for 303 yards last week, I believe. Because 293 was on the feet of J.Q. Davis.
Absolutely. I think one thing that White House did last week, I noticed the way some of the safeties were coming over, and they pretty much took Ja'Cory Smith and Domar Robertson. They were non-factors last week for the Mavericks, and they've been huge all season. But not luckily, because he's a great player, but J.Q. Davis, he stood up and he carried the load last week, as you mentioned, almost 300 yards of rushing, and he was the key man for the Mavericks and basically got what we needed to get the win.
Yeah, Marshall really needed to pick up that win last week. That's a team that's kind of given us fits as of late. That's a team we don't have a winning record against White House. If you remember last week going in, they led that series 7-3.
Right.
So that's a team we really have struggled with. So it was good for Marshall to pick up the win last week. We're going to check those stats. I wrote that down wrong. We obviously had more than 273 yards rushing because JQ had that by himself.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, so J.Q. Davis, really the breakout game for him last week. He had 34 carries, 293 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had a touchdown receiving on 2 catches. Really played well last week.
I'd be curious, and I don't know if you have those numbers. If not, maybe we can get them for next week where Davis stands for the season rushing. Do you have that?
Yeah, he's 138. He's had 138 carries for 852 yards, 8 touchdowns, right at a 6.2 yard per carry average. Also has 12 catches for 129 and a touchdown. So, I mean, he's got 3 games left. He's at 850. You'd think he'd pick up 1,000 yards, and it's been a while since we've had a 1,000-yard rusher in Marshall.
And I know that was his preseason goal. I mean, obviously, I think he's got team goals ahead of his individual goals, but he set out coming this season. He wanted to be a 1,000-yard rusher, and I think it's in his control certainly to do that. As you mentioned, 50 yards per game over these next 3 weeks, and he's there.
Yeah, no question. I think he can do that. Marshall last week, I believe, had 363 yards or 305 yards rushing. I'm looking at the newspaper here. I think that got off somewhere, but we'll get that corrected here in a minute. We'll figure that out. But Marshall ground and pound last week, threw 1 pass in the second half. It was an incomplete pass on a drop, but a good pass. Just dropped it. But Marshall went straight run second half. I think we ran 24, 25 plays, and 24 of the 25 were on the ground. I think you might see some more of that here tonight as Marshall tries to control the line of scrimmage. One thing interesting to note last week, Glenn, is the Mavericks only had the ball for 19 minutes and 33 seconds. White House had it for 28 minutes. So that defense was on the field a long time last week.
They were. Hopefully that's conditioning them for to finish this season on out. It was one thing that comments that Coach Jake Greedle made. It was in Sunday's paper, and really kind of thinking about our kids last week, even though we kind of anticipated and was hopeful that we would just blow White House off the field. That didn't happen. You look back 2 weeks prior to that against Jacksonville, the game where we scored 43 points in the second quarter, probably 4 or 5 minutes till halftime. I mean, that game was over. I think Jacksonville had checked out. We started playing our 2s and 3s. So you think about a game like that, the kids not even playing a full half of where they're really executing. And then you take last week where they had to play for almost 4 solid quarters. I think that gets you better. So hopefully tonight, after competing for 4 quarters last week, hopefully they'll bring that out here and really take it to Mount Pleasant.
And if you look at the scoring summaries for Marshall, the Mavs have struggled to score points this season, although their point per game average is up. They're averaging right at 23.9 points per game. The offense coming in tonight just over 2,000 yards on the season, averaging right at 286 a game. The Mavs rushing attacks got 125 a game on average, 161 through the air on average, completing about 54% of our passes. Oliveira's a little higher than that at 56%. But he comes into tonight, Glenn, 64 of 113, 930 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's a little deceptive because he had 5 in one game.
Yeah, that was a tough game for him up there at Texas High.
But you got to think, if we can get back to to Old Vera, where he was playing against Pine Tree, McKinney North, and we were rolling, really kind of coming into our own there a little bit, kind of stubbed our toe against Texas High, and really struggled last week. We need to come out offensively, kind of set the tone here early.
Well, I hope these kids see what's out there before them. Like I say, we're getting late in the season. After tonight, we've got one more home game, and then we go to Nacogdoches to finish the regular season, and certainly Phil will be playing beyond that. But hopefully it's right there in their grasp to really have a nice season, especially coming off the disappointing season that we had last year after that long consecutive district win streak that we had for about over a course of 2.5, I guess almost over 3 years.
And really Marshall's only losses this season are to teams that are ranked in the state or are having just phenomenal seasons. You look at New Caney, they are in 7-1 or 6-1 after last week. They're only lost to number 2 College Station. You look at Longview, they're I believe 5-2. Their only losses, Highland Park on the road, who's ranked I think 5 in the state. And Denton Ryan.
Who's number
one. And then we lost to Texas High. Their losses are 0, and they are number 6 in the state. Mm-hmm. So, it's not like we lost to a team that we weren't supposed to beat.
Right.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break and step aside here on the Brown Rig Insurance Agency pregame show. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. We'll talk a little bit more about the Mav offense and the matchup tonight with Mount Pleasant. Stay with us.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager of Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet in Marshall. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, take the short drive over to Highway 59 South and come and visit us. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or at maverickchevrolet.net. With the largest discounts in East Texas, you're sure to find what you're looking for. If you haven't done business with us before, come see what you're missing. And if you have, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet, your hometown automotive dealers.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, and 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass specializes in body and glass repair. Rock chip to a complete installation. Certified Collision and Glass has certified technicians and the equipment to repair the all-aluminum Ford F-150 pickup. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59, next to Marshall Ford, Marshall, Texas, leading the way in body repair. It's certified.
Well, folks, welcome back here to the campus of Mount Pleasant High School and Sam Parker Field, where the Marshall Mavericks are getting set to get this one kicked off with the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Here we are in this is week 7.
It's actually when you look at the schedule, it's actually week 9.
Week 9, okay, because we had a bye.
You have the bye week.
So week 9 here as Marshall goes into the latter part of their season. Big game here tonight with Mount Pleasant. I was a little late getting up here today, so we're going to talk about that before we jump right on in here to the offense and defense for the Mavericks. What a night, again, or what a week for the Lady Mavs. The Lady Mav volleyball team has now won, I believe, 6 straight. They moved to 27-11 on the season with a 4-1 win tonight over Mount Pleasant. They will go Tuesday to Texas High, where if they win, they will win a share of the district championship.
Did you by chance have the opportunity to look back and see how long it's been since the Lady Mav volleyball team has been district champs?
I think the answer to that is never.
Oh, really?
I did look back 5 years ago, and the Mavericks, the Lady Mavs, 5 years ago when my daughter was a freshman, they were 2-24, and they won 4 sets. Other than their 2 losses, they won 4 sets the rest of the year. And to go from that 5 years ago to this in 5 years, 27-11, that is just an incredible turn.
Yeah, possibly maybe one of the best volleyball teams that Marshall's ever had.
It very well could be. So I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun to watch them, and they're a scrappy bunch. Sometimes things don't go their way, but they are never out of a game. I mean, they continue to kind of push along, and they have put themselves in a great position.
Yeah, and our listeners that are out there, next Tuesday night, if you're just sitting at home looking for something to do, Texarkana is not that far of a drive. Just zip up 59. You're there in less than an hour and a half. Get up there early and get you a nice dinner. And I know the Lady Mavs would really, really appreciate the support. It's been really cool. I've just been to a couple of games, but to see our football team and our male athletes show up and really support our girls. Of course, it's going to be hard for them to do that Tuesday night when they're going to be practicing, and of course that's a road. It's easy for them to do at home, but if we could get some support from some of you Maverick faithfuls out there that want to trek up to Texarkana Tuesday night, I know the Lady Mavs would much appreciate that.
And I think the kids are a little disappointed in how they played against Texas High when they played them at home earlier in the season. So that's one that they're pretty excited about. The Lady Mavs did win there last year, beat Texas High on the road. So that should be a really good volleyball game to end the volleyball season. But with that win, Marshall guarantees themselves no less than a second-place finish in district. And just hats off to Kayla Allen and her staff. Just what a job they've done. So congratulations to the Lady Mavs and what they're doing right now.
Do we know after Tuesday night when that first district, 'cause obviously they're going to be in the playoffs, we know, win or lose Tuesday night?
I believe it's the next Tuesday will be the first
have a full
first
week.
game.
Okay.
So we'll obviously let our listeners know about where that'll be next Friday night, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd to follow us on the playoffs and see if we can win a couple. So, Lady Mavs, congratulations. If you're listening at home, ladies, we are really, really proud of you, and good job. All right, so let's talk a little bit about tonight's game, the Marshall Mavericks, the Mount Pleasant Tigers. We've talked a little bit about the Mavs offensively, what they've done here on the season. Tonight, got to have a big game, Glenn, from Michael Olvera. Got to have a good job blocking up front. We really need J.Q. Davis. If J.Q. runs for over 100, Michael throws for 100, I think we win.
I believe you're right, and it's – one of the keys is protecting the football. I had the opportunity to visit with one of the he's actually a former coach of Mount Pleasant. He now works for Dairy Queen and brought dinner for our Mavettes, and he was saying last week against Hallsville, a game he felt like they should have won. They turned the ball over 5 times in that loss to Hallsville. We did the same thing against Texas High. We protect the football, we very likely win that game. And I think that's, as you mentioned, it's our key players. They do what they do. We take care of the football. I think there's no doubt we win this football game tonight.
And that really is what I've heard from some folks talking about the Tigers. That's been their Achilles heel tonight. They'll do some really good things. They'll put together a really good drive, and they'll turn the ball over in the red zone, or they'll have an interception, or they'll have a holding call. They just can't really seem to get out of their way. This team is a dangerous team. We saw them pregame. If you're putting us up on an athlete, the eye test early, we lose the eye test. I mean, they've got some really good-looking kids.
And Mount Pleasant generally does. They've not necessarily had strong football teams over the years, but they've had some really phenomenal athletes, not only on the football field but in other sports. I mean, there's a kid pitched in the major leagues for Mount Pleasant, Kopak.
Yep. Well, the guy tonight that you're going to have to keep an eye on, or Marshall will on the defensive side, is Trey Emery, a defensive lineman for them. Is number 99. You'll probably hear his name called often. He is a commit to Baylor University. Really good defensive lineman, high motor. So I expect you'll probably see Marshall double block him. They also have a good one at linebacker, Aston Ledbetter. Those two, I think, are the catalyst for that defense. Now, they've given up some points this season, so it's not a team that has just kept people out of the end zone necessarily, but those are two pretty good athletes, and they're really big up front on both sides of the ball.
And I'm sure our coaches are studying the films. I'm sure our game plan is probably to run away from that guy. I've not seen him play, but certainly take your word for it. If he's going to Baylor, he must be pretty good. So I would think that the Mavericks, depending on where he lines up, I know we like to run behind big Connor Haggerty, but if he lines up across from Connor, we may be going the other way tonight.
Well, Mount Pleasant comes into the game here tonight. They are they are 2-4 on the season. Their wins against White House 23-7. They beat Nacogdoches 28-14. Their losses are to Wiley East 19-14. They lost to Sherman 36-35. Lost to Texas High 44-13, and lost to Hallsville 26-20. You might say, well, Chase, that's not enough games. You're missing a game. They are. Arkansas High was a forfeit. I think that was a COVID forfeit. So they are one game short on the season. So they come in at 2-4. And really, this is a big game for them. They need to win this one to kind of keep themselves in that playoff discussion.
It is. I say this is not a do or die for the Mavericks by no means. We certainly want to win, and we want to continue to separate ourselves from the rest of the pack. But when you look at Mount Pleasant, they've got us tonight. Next week, they they have Mount Pleasant goes to Pine Tree, and then they've got a soft one to end the season at home against Jacksonville. So they've got, they lose tonight, lose next week. That gives them 4 losses. They probably need help getting in.
Well, I'll tell you what, Marshall last season against Mount Pleasant, this was a little bit of a get back on track game for us. The Mavericks had 553 yards of total offense last year against Mount Pleasant. The Maverick defense held the Tigers last season to only 162 yards. They only had 15 yards rushing. So let's see if we can repeat that tonight. If we can, I mean, that's be pretty salty. The Mavs have won 7 straight in this series. Our last loss was in 2013, 64-59. And they had a young man on that team named K.D. Cannon.
I remember him, and I remember that game. That was quite the high school football game.
And that, I think he scored the vast majority of those 64 points, did K.D. Cannon. Went on to Baylor and had a really good career there. But this is not an explosive football team, Mount Pleasant. You see through those scores, they've had a couple of high-scoring games. Most of them pretty low-scoring. So that offense, I don't think, is quite as productive as, say, a Texas High or a Pine Tree.
And that plays well to us. If they struggle on offense, our defense has been our strength all season. And, last week against White House, you take away that long run by their quarterback, that big sophomore quarterback they had. They didn't really give up a whole lot last week. And hopefully they'll really toe the line tonight and shut their offense down, give our offense the opportunity to control the ball. And I know we're going to get into this, but and hopefully we're going to see better play out of our special teams. Was good up until about 2 weeks ago, and then we started leaking oil a little bit. And I thought last week was probably our worst special teams game of the year.
And it's interesting when you talk a little bit about Mount Pleasant and what we're looking at tonight. There's some teams you just kind of seem to have their number. Some teams you just seem to always be able to get right with, if you know what I mean. The Mavericks have won 7 in a row against Mount Pleasant. Listen to this figure. So Marshall has won the last 7 by a combined score of 320-89. This is a group we usually, historically, get right on, if you will. Hopefully that's the case tonight. It would be good to kind of get all 3 phases of the game back on track going into the last 2 games of the season.
And then, next week we talk about Hallsville at home. That's going to be senior night, and we'll talk more about that as the game goes on. But just like homecoming, that tends to have some distractions. So I really think, even though it's not a crucial win, I think it's very important that the Mavericks take care of business tonight, win this game, kind of almost punch their ticket for the playoffs. Not officially, but almost there.
So the Mavericks, strangely enough, you might at home think this is not correct, but you can go check me. The Mavericks lead the district in scoring. They've scored more than any other team in district play, including Texarkana. And the Mavericks are holding their opponents to only 138 points on the season. Mount Pleasant comes into the game tonight. They have only scored 138 points on the season. So the Mavs are holding their opponents to roughly 19.7 points per game. That's pretty salty. Everybody that's listened or watched us has known any issues with us this year haven't been on defense.
Right. We just really haven't had a bad defensive game. You look at some of those scores. Our offense has given up a few scores over the course of the season. We've given up some field position. Last week we had the bad snap on the punt. It didn't ultimately lead to any scoring, but it kind of flipped the field and makes our defense play harder.
So, can the Mavericks get win number 5 tonight? If they do, Coach Greta will move. He's 16-12 in his career at Marshall. This is his 3rd season with the Mavericks. He spent 2 as offensive coordinator, so this is a big win for him as he kind of inches closer to 20. And if you win this one tonight, you could potentially get to 20 this season. So that would be a significant achievement, I know, for him. And
a coach that's still in his 20s, I do believe. Or is he?
He's in his. I think he's morphed over to 30.
Oh, has he made it over into the next decade?
Well, he has taken one more step to age like us. That's right. He's stepping towards it.
And I'm a generation. I'm not a generation. I'm a decade ahead of you.
Right. Well, folks, we're going to take one more break here on the Brown Rig Insurance Agency pregame show. The Marshall Mavericks have taken the field, and we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to kick this one off from Sam Parker Field. Stay with us.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager of Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet in Marshall. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, take the short drive over to Highway 59 South and come and visit us. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or at maverickchevrolet.net. With the largest discounts in East Texas, you're sure to find what you're looking for. If you haven't done business with us before, come see what you're missing. And if you have, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet, your hometown automotive dealers.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field. I'm Chase Palmer, Glenn Bickerdike, Reggie Cooper, Topher Patty, Alec Reyes, the whole KMHT band here as we get ready to get this one kicked off from Sam Parker Field. You can listen to us in a variety of ways tonight. 103.9 FM on the radio dial. You can also catch us on Facebook Live where you can watch the game as well. Or you can tune in at www.easttexastoday.com. You can watch us and listen to us there as well. So Reggie Cooper is joining us in the smallest radio booth on earth. We are very close tonight.
This is about the size of a storage room,
It
a
is,
small
yes.
storage room, a broom. I guess maybe I should say a broom closet.
It's a little small.
We're going to try to.
Reggie Cooper is correct. We have been in smaller. Sulphur Springs used to have a press box that looked a little bit like a mobile home on stilts. But they've got a new one. See, they've got a beautiful new facility. They needed one, but it's really nice, really great facility. So here we go, folks. We got both teams have taken the field. Mount Pleasant comes out tonight, got on gold jerseys, black pants, black helmet. The Mavericks tonight come out black pants, white tops with a black helmet. And I went down on the field before the game, Glenn, and saw something I've never seen before. On the side of Marshall's helmets, they're all black. One side has no emblem at all. It's got a red stripe down the middle. And on the right side of the helmet, it says Marshall, written in script.
Cool.
So something we've not seen before in a uniform combination for Marshall.
Well, I can tell you one thing I like about these uniforms before they even take the field is you can see the numbers better than the ones that those black ones with the red numbers are so hard to see.
Yeah, it's got a good crowd here so far for Marshall. We expect to probably see some more as they travel up. We had a good crowd at the volleyball game, so we're going to have our national anthem in prayer. We're going to take one more break here on the Brown Rig Insurance Agency pregame show, and after that, the prayer and the national anthem, we'll be back to bring you this one from Sam Parker Field.
It's time to have your heating and air conditioning units checked out. Keith Air Conditioning and Heating, where you get Trane equipment, quality, full service, same-day response, free estimates for residential and commercial customers. Trane and Keith Air Conditioning and Heating since 1975. Keith Air Conditioning warranties all work, whether you need to repair or a new Trane system. Call Brian Keith, 903-935-3664. It's hard to stop a train.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your Bandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Bandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Bandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Bandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Bandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Marshall ISD athletics programs help students achieve the highest level of success both on and off the field by challenging them to grow physically, intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Our athletes have access to state-of-the-art training facilities, providing them with top-tier tools needed to be successful. MISD has a rich history of developing talented athletes that have proven to be successful at the college and professional levels. Come play at Marshall ISD and find out why we take pride in our past and promise for our future.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field. We're on the campus of Mount Pleasant ISD, where the Marshall Mavericks are getting set to kick this one off. Week number 9 here for the Mavs come in 4-3. Mount Pleasant comes in 2-4. So Marshall wants to get that needle to 5 tonight as we round out the end of district play.
one thing we were talking about before that we came on the air, we had to get a photo shot of their roster. They didn't provide paper copies, and as we counted up the number of players, they had a couple that were marked out. They only have 36 on the roster, and looking at the actual players down there, that appears to probably be pretty accurate.
And you're going to have to bear with us here early. We're going to try to check our phones and check the roster. We don't see the quarterback. We were looking for the quarterback. We thought that was going to be Mason McMahon. We don't see him on the roster here tonight, so we'll let you know who to expect at quarterback for Mount Pleasant. We believe you'll see Ed Wilder and Braylon Jones, the two running backs. They're actually out there doing the coin toss now.
Reggie tells me he actually counts 34 is what he counts in uniform tonight for the Tigers. So kind of a small roster, especially for a 5A school.
So here we go. We've had the coin toss here. It looks like Mount Pleasant has won the toss, and they have elected to defer. So Marshall will receive. They'll be moving right to left on your radio dial. Tonight's coin toss brought to you by Texas Scrap and Salvage, 201 Ward Street in Marshall. Don't flip a coin to decide what to do with your scrap. Take it to Texas Scrap and Salvage. So tonight's coin toss brought to you by them. Appreciate them being sponsors of that. Again, Mount Pleasant wins the toss. They defer to the second half, so they'll put Marshall on the field first. They'll be moving right to left. Glenn, that's interesting to me a little bit. I would have thought they would take the football, Mount Pleasant, had they won the toss.
You think that that's their better side of the ball, but maybe they want to try to get a stop and get some good field position, knowing that we've got a good kicker that would probably pin them deep. But nonetheless, we'll run the Big O out there first, and hopefully we'll have some good field position. I know you didn't ask me what I thought the keys to the game were, but I'm going to tell you what I think they are.
Give me those Patterson Chrysler Dodge keys to the game.
I think the keys to the game is tonight we've got to get Ja'Cory Smith and Domar Robertson back into the offense. We've got to get them involved, and those Robertson's been our playmaker all year. He's got to have some touches, and I think that's the key to the Mavericks' success tonight.
Well, back deep, that's who we'll start with. Back deep will be, it looks like that's going to be J.Q. Davis. The ball is going to be kicked short. It'll be fielded by Marshall and fumbled. Fall on it is Ja'Cory Smith at the 22. So that's a scary one there.
Yeah, he let that one kind of get into his chest, like it bounced off his shoulder pads as there on the breastplate and bounced on the ground. He promptly fell on it, but the Mavericks they'll start their first possession just over the 20-yard line. Looks like the 22.
So Ja'Cory Smith there with the little muffed reception, but he falls on it at the Maverick 22. So your Patterson Dodge Chrysler Jeep keys to the game. That's your first touch from Smith. So Marshall will start now on offense. They'll start first. Three receivers split wide right. The ball will be on the left hash. Over in the shotgun with J.Q. Davis right behind him. We'll bring one man in motion right to left. It's Roberson. They're going to flip it to him to the screen, trying to get to the outside. Should have cut up and went out. Who's going to lose yards there? That's just a bad decision from Chi-Chi. Should have cut up.
That's right. There was nothing. He tried to string it out, and they were playing him out there, and that's going to be a negative 2-yard play. The Mavericks seemed like most of the season that the first drive, the first possession has been a struggle for them. We'll see if they can get something going here on second and long.
Not a bad play call there. Chi-Chi just went outside when he should have cut up. So it's going to bring up second down and 12 for Marshall from their 20. One receiver split wide each side. Heavy backfield for Marshall. They're going to try to wing this one to the outside to AP, and its catch will be made, but no block there. So that's going to be no gain at the 20.
Like I say, that they're swarming to the football, and they're coming and not letting the Mavericks on those little passes, and they're getting no positive yards. I think that one actually was for no gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 12 here on this opening drive for the Maverick offense.
That's interesting that we're doing those flare 2 screen passes back-to-back, one right, one left. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for Marshall from the 20. 3 receivers split wide to the right, ball left hash. Over there in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back looking to throw, dumps it out here to Davis. He's snowed under at the 18, and they'll lose 2 more yards again.
That was number 23. That was Braylon Jones, the junior linebacker. He played that well, and again, we see the Maverick offense really sputter on their opening possession. They're going to lose 4 yards on those 3 plays, and it's going to be 4th and 14, and Buchanan's going to have to come on to punt this ball away.
That was a really poor first series for the Mavericks on offense. Again, lose 4 yards. They'll punt from their own 18. Buck Buchanan standing back at his 5-yard line. Perfect snap, little high. Here's the kick from Buchanan. It's going to hit and roll a long way. It'll be fielded at the 38. He'll be hemmed in right there, taken down at the 40. So,
well,
that's where they'll start.
Yeah, they'll start. That we talked about them deferring their choice there to kick off, and it played right into their plan. They hold the Mavericks 3 and out on a negative 4-yard possession, and Mount Pleasant's offense that has struggled is they're going to start in good field position at their own 40-yard line.
So here come the Tigers. We'll try to get you the name and number of that quarterback here in a minute. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback in the shotgun for Mount Pleasant with a back to his right. He'll bring 1 man in motion right to left, drops back looking to pass, rolls right. Being pressured, he will be hit and dropped a loss of about 4. They'll mark him back at the 36.
That was Terrell Davis and Trey Adams on that play there to the sack. It's going to be a 4-yard loss on Mount Pleasant's first play of the evening.
Everybody going backward. Glenn, can you get a name or number? It looks like the quarterback's number 12.
I think that's what it is, number 12. That's Keller Thompson, senior quarterback. It is definitely number 12. He's a tall kid. We don't have weight and height on our roster.
So 2nd down and 15. Thompson hands it off backfield. He'll make 1 man miss to the 40, to the 42, and he'll be snowed under at the 43, but not before he picks up about 7.
That's going to be the best offensive play of the night. I think that's actually going to be about an 8-yard gain. That was 2nd and 14, and it's going to put them in a 3rd and 6 situation. And the Maverick defense needs to have a hold here and get the ball back to the offense. I'm a little surprised that we didn't run the football at all in that first possession.
Big play here for the Maverick defense from their Mount Pleasant 44-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Thompson in the shotgun now. No backs back there. Got an extra tight end to block. Drops back looking to pass. Has time. Throws it to the outside. It's caught. Tackle's going to be made short of the first down. It'll get him right at the 47-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 46. He'll be 4 short.
That's James Perkins out there on the corner. Very nice play. He gave him just a little bit of cushion there, and he closed in on him and made the tackle for really about a 2-yard gain. Mount Pleasant's going to go for it.
So here we go. Big play here, 4th down and 4 from the Mount Pleasant 46. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Wilder. He'll pick up the first down easy. Crosses the 50 to the 45 to the 44, and it just blows across Marshall's left side.
That was a huge call for the Mount Pleasant offense to go for it there still on their side of the field, and they push it across midfield for the first down of the game, and the Mount Pleasant offense, they're in business as they move into Marshall territory.
Nobody lays a hat on him. He really tripped himself. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Thompson in the shotgun from the right hash. Wilder to his left. He'll bring 1 man in motion right to left. Thompson takes the snap. He'll hand it to Wilder again. Humongous hole again. He'll cross the 40 down to the 39. And Marshall's going to have to do something different up front.
Well, we saw this, the Jacksonville game, where we started off really soft and made some adjustments and brought an extra man up in the box, and that appears what we're going to have to do here because all of a sudden they're having success running the football, and Marshall doesn't seem to have an answer here early in the first quarter.
They're doing it over the right side of the Mount Pleasant offensive line. Marshall's left. So here we go. 2nd down and about 5. 2 receivers right. They're going to hand it off going over left side. He'll be hit pretty hard, but he'll keep his feet. Not a tackle made there from Quinn Hawkins, just a hit. He'll still pick up 4.
Yep. Quinn Hawkins, he blistered him there. He really laid the leather to him, but didn't wrap up, and he was able to kind of squirt through and pick up a couple more yards. That's going to make it 3rd and looks like maybe a long 2 for the Mount Pleasant offense.
3 receivers right. Thompson in the shotgun. Ball right in the middle of the field, back to his left. So now the Mount Pleasant Tigers will look to the sideline. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's 0-0 at Mount Pleasant, but the Tigers so far driving at the Mavericks 36. 3 receivers right. Thompson shotgun. Back to his right. Takes a snap. Hands it off going left side. He'll easily pick up the first down. They'll mark him down at the 33.
It's like Andrew Paul was in on that tackle, but not before that back. He pushed it past the first down marker. It's going to be another first down for the Tiger offense.
Yeah, the Mavericks are playing a 4-man front right now. But that offensive line for Mount Pleasant, pretty big, and they're really having their way here early as we go under 6:27 to play here in the first quarter. Scoreless from Mount Pleasant. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the Maverick 34. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson in the shotgun with the back to his right. Bring one man in motion left to right. Takes the snap. He'll roll to his right, being chased by some Mavericks. And he is going to get it off, but it will be incomplete.
He had 2 receivers over there kind of stacked on top of each other. That was Montgomery and Brown. It went right through one of them's hand. I'm not real sure who it was intended for, but it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to make it 2nd and 10 for the Tiger offense.
So the Mavericks don't try to run at all on their first 3 plays and go back -4. And the Tigers, when they try to throw it, no success. You kind of wonder why they're not running the football. They're getting 5 or 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, I tell you, my running back make gains almost 300 yards the week before. I'm probably going to give him a touch in that first series.
So here we go. 3 receivers to the left on 2nd down and 10 from the Maverick 34-yard line. They'll bring one man in motion. Thompson fakes the handoff, runs up the middle. He'll be snowed under there. He'll pick up only about a yard.
That was Henry Roth on the tackle. Henry closed in from that outside linebacker position, and he makes the tackle for just a short gain. It's going to make it 3rd and 9.
And I don't know, Thompson doesn't look very confident running the football. He had some room to run there, Glenn, and looked like he got a little nervous and sat down. So,
yeah, obviously this is not their starting quarterback. We
don't think so.
We don't think so, and he looks a little timid. He does look a little timid back there.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off, going over right side. Huge hole. Wilder's going to get down inside the 30. He'll mark it at the 28.
As Davis on the tackle for the Mavericks, it's going to be 4th and about a short 5 maybe, and I feel certain they're going to go for it here again. I don't see a field goal team entering the field, so they're going to go for it on their 2nd 4th down try here on this opening possession for the Tiger offense.
Big play for the Maverick defense from their own 28-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Wilder to Thompson's left in the shotgun on 4th and 4. At the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, drops back, does Thompson. He throws it. It is income. No, it's caught. Caught by Mount Pleasant at the 20-yard line. Bobbled and hit, and somehow he caught it. Great catch.
Yeah, he just kind of ran a down and in, and he was covered pretty well. The throw hit him in the hands. You mentioned, Chase. He kind of bobbled it, and he got popped by the Maverick defender, but he was able to hang on to it, and that's going to move the chains once again for this Mount Pleasant offense.
8-yard gain there, 1st and 10 now for Mount Pleasant. They're in the Austin Bank red zone at the 20. Thompson drops back, hands it to Wilder going over right side. He'll run over. Nope. Thompson kept it. He fooled everybody, including me.
And me.
Takes it over left side. Touchdown.
That was. We just talked about how he looked kind of timid running the football, but he did an excellent job there on the fake. I was watching, like Quinn Hawkins had wrapped up the running back, and all of a sudden we look up and the quarterback, he's going the other way, and he puts it in the end zone for the Tigers, and he's going to get the early lead here at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant.
So as we await the point after, has gone every which way necessary for Mount Pleasant tonight. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:22 left to go in the first quarter, our score from Sam Parker Field. It's Mount Pleasant 7, Marshall nothing. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas.
At RRCU, you never have to worry about what's in your wallet. Just worry about what's in your mobile wallet. With RRCU's new Rewards Visa credit card, your money is safe and secure right inside your smartphone. Keep your Visa Rewards card in your smartphone mobile wallet and be ready to earn rewards with every purchase. Details at rrcu.com. Enjoy extra features like card swap and Visa purchase alerts. Your cards are always safe when they're in your RRCU mobile wallet. RRCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field, and the Mount Pleasant Tigers roll down the field. 12 plays, 60 yards. It's capped off by the quarterback keeper from Thompson, out 20 yards for the touchdown. So 7-0 Mount Pleasant. That scoring summary brought to you by Kyle Dansby, attorney at law in Marshall. And whoa, Glenn, we've got ourselves not exactly what we hoped to start with here. Here comes the kick from Mount Pleasant. It's going to be another high kick. It's going to be fielded by a Maverick at the 25. Fair catch called there by Perkins, I believe.
That's James Perkins there. He's going to catch it just like they're going to mark it at the 26-yard line. So a slightly better starting field position in the opening drive, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Mavericks come out in. If we run the football, I would certainly think that we're going to try to run the football here to get something established on the ground.
So 1st and 10, Marshall from their own 26-yard line, trailing 7-0 here early. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball right hash. Olvera takes a snap, drops back, going to throw it again. Be connected to Boas. Bo Burris. 31. Good catch there from Bo.
Yeah, he just ran a little in route there. It's going to be I guess the best play so far for the Mavericks. That's going to be a 6-yard gain, which will make a much more manageable 2nd and 4.
And Marshall has yet to run the football here tonight. 2nd down and 4 from the 31-yard line. 3 receivers, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Olvera in the shotgun. He'll bring one man in motion right to left. They'll take the snap, hand it off up the middle. Good little move there from J.Q. Davis. He'll make one man miss. He'll spin off another, takes it across the 40. He'll carry a Tiger to the 45.
Very good run there by J.Q. Davis. He did most of that on his own. He was able to punch it outside, and he spun around, and he pushed it upfield for a nice gain. By far the best play for the Mavericks.
So a 14-yard pickup there for J.Q. Davis gives Marshall their first down of the night at the 3:31 mark in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Olvera in the shotgun with the back on either side. He takes a snap, drops back, pump fakes. Now he's going to let this one fly. He's got a man out there. It's underthrown, almost picked off. It'll fall incomplete, looking for Roberson.
Yeah, he was very well covered by number 18, the cornerback, Antez Jeffrey, on the coverage. It's kind of a pump fake by Olvera, and Robertson kind of had to play defender on that one.
Little bamboozled here. We've run the ball one time tonight for 14 yards. Let's see if Marshall goes back to it here on 2nd down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. 2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left from the right hash. Olvera in the shotgun with the back behind him. They're going to fake the handoff, throw it again. Have a man out there. He overthrows a wide open Ja'Cory Smith. It'll fall incomplete.
Like I say, I guess we don't want to go with what's successful. It's going to, golly, 3rd and 10 here. We don't even try to run the football after we've had some success. Kind of scratching my head a little bit there.
Now, he was open there. Ja'Cory Smith wide open. Michael sailed that one. And he's 6'4", so you really have to sail it when you're 6'4".
Well, this is an obvious passing situation now for the Maverick offense.
2 receivers right, 1 left, 3rd and 10 from the 45. Olvera drops back, some pressure from Mount Pleasant. He'll throw this one, and it is way overthrown. There was a mix-up there in the route being run, and with Olvera, and the Mavericks will be forced to punt.
Tell you what, all those throws on that series of downs, like I say, possession, they were just off the mark, not even close. We tried the kind of the pump fake going deep, and Robertson has to play defender, and those last 2 throws were nowhere close to the intended receiver.
So the Mavericks will punt from their own 45-yard line. Here comes the punt from Buck Buchanan. It's going to be a short punt. It'll hit at the 20 and roll. The Mavericks will cover it there, and Sam Palmer is going to down it at the 1.
Great job by number 43, Sam Palmer, the deep snapper. He releases down, and that ball rolls past the return man, and Sam lets it roll down to the 1-yard line. This would be a great opportunity for the Maverick defense to step up and get a 2-point play on the safety and get the ball back.
That's a 54-yard punt from our man Buck. And I tell you what, we need a safety here in a bad way. So Mount Pleasant will come to the line. Thompson will be under center from the 1-yard line. I mean, it is barely outside the end zone. They'll come in a heavy package with 2 backs behind him. They'll hand it off in the end zone. He'll make 1 man miss, 2 man miss, cross the 5, take it all the way up to the 7. So Marshall just getting blown off the ball at the line of scrimmage.
They really are. They are just getting killed in the trenches, especially on offense. They're having their way with Combs and Seabiscuit, and it's like Jackson is in right now at that other defensive end position for Trey Adams.
And Marshall's going to have to do something different up front, just getting blown off the ball. 2nd down and 3 from the 7. I formation. They'll hand it off deep, and he will be met, in the backfield, but he's still going to pick up a yard or 2. They're going to give him the first down at the 11.
He broke over the 10-yard line. He only needed the 11, and he got it, and those chains are moving. Actually, like they're going to give him almost a 12.
They are going to give him the 12, so that'll be a first down for Mount Pleasant. It'll be their 4th first down of the night, up 7-0 with 2:10 to play in the first quarter. And nobody's looked good tonight in red and white. Thompson under center, 2 backs in the backfield, tight end left, takes it. He's going to hand it off, going right side, and that running back will roll over.
The ball's on the turf. I think they're going to say he was already down. The ball did squirt out.
He rolled over somebody at the 15, took it to the 16. That was just ran over. Is that Andrew Paul?
They're just flat, just hard-nosed running the football, and they are dominating there in the trenches on the Maverick defense.
Actually going to mark that at the 17 for a gain of 5 there on the play. So 1:32 to play in the first quarter. Been all Mount Pleasant here early. I formation again for Mount Pleasant, tight end left. Straight I for Mount Pleasant. They'll run and hand it off going right side, and off he goes. He'll make 1 man miss, make 2 men miss at the 30. Now he's going to reverse field at the 25, and he is loose to the 30. He still is not being tackled by the Mavericks. They'll take it to the 35. They'll mark it at the 36, and Marshall's in trouble.
I tell you what, it was a poor exhibition of tackling, just kind of arm tackling, and to me, it looked like pretty poor effort. Not a lot of just swarming to the football, trying to bring that runner down. That was a huge gain, and they've moved the ball in 3 plays, 35 yards.
So it's the 1st and 10 for Mount Pleasant from their own 36. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thompson now back in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off going right side. No, he's going to keep it. And the Mavericks will get him about the 41-yard line, but not before he picks up 5 yards. And Mavericks just on their heels right now defensively.
Yeah, Buck Buchanan came in from the free safety position and tried to put a hit on him, but just missed. And quarterback, he tucked it inside and had a nice gain there on first down.
I'll tell you what, Mount Pleasant they look like the better team here early. From the right hash, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thompson in the shotgun with a back to his right. Now they'll move the tight end from right to left in the formation. They're going to hand it off going right. Marshall has him in the backfield, but we don't make the tackle. And we will make the tackle at the 39, so he'll lose 2 there.
Yeah, that was Trey Adams. He broke through just immediately and had him stop for a loss, and he's able to break free. And that's going to end the first quarter.
So, folks, we're going to take a quick break here from Sam Parker Field. Our score at the end of the first quarter, it's Mount Pleasant 7, Marshall nothing. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
13,000 financial advisors, $850 billion in assets under care. How did Edward Jones become one of the biggest financial service companies in the country? By not acting that way. Financial strategies, one-on-one advice, it's a big difference. And it's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Experience the difference for yourself. Call 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com for a financial advisor in Marshall. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Well, folks, back here at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, and the first quarter goes all to the Tigers. We're getting those stats for you here, but 7-0 Mount Pleasant. And they have had the ball most of the quarter. The Maverick offense sputtered on that first possession, didn't do a whole lot more on the second. But a big play here, 3rd down and about 8 for Mount Pleasant from their own 39-yard line. You got to think, Lynn, if we hold them here, you would think they would punt.
Well, you would think. I mean, like I said, if they don't make it, they're going to be, inside their 45. And I say, of course, you take a team that's back somewhat up against the wall. Need to win here, the Tigers do.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thompson in the shotgun with a back to his left. Takes a snap. He'll roll out here to the side. Now he's going to throw it back. Has a man out there. It will be incomplete. And the Maverick defense looks like they're going to hold right off the fingertips of number 1. That's Miller McCumbry.
Yeah, that was real close to being a catch. A pretty good athletic-looking kid there, number 1, and it just wasn't able to make the catch. And here they are going to indeed punt the football, or at least appears they're going to send the punt team out.
Yeah, that was just a little bit long for Miller McCumbry. Almost made a catch down about the Maverick 30. That would have kept that drive alive, but Mount Pleasant's going to punt it.
That would have been a killer for the Mavericks had that been completed.
So back deep will be Chichi Roberson. He's standing at his 40-yard line. Let's see if we can get something going here as we await the kick. I'm not sure. I don't think they got the kick.
Well, they're having trouble with the clock. The clock is cleared out.
I'm not sure if they're – I think they need to reset the play clock there, so I think there's a timeout on the field. I think Mount Pleasant called a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Yeah, they did. Mount Pleasant called a timeout.
Well, the scoreboard is showing they only have one left.
Yeah, I think that's wrong.
I believe that is the first timeout of the game, but and apparently they're having some electrical difficulties with the scoreboard. The time, everything but the team names is going blank, and it comes back on, then goes off.
Well, we'll give you that Brad Burris statistics from the first quarter. Marshall's offense just pretty stagnant. 17 yards total offense, 14 on the ground, 3 through the air. Mount Pleasant, 100 yards of total offense, 89 and 10. So far all MP, but the Maverick defense does get the stop here. Mount Pleasant will punt from their own 39. Let's see if Chi-Chi can do something with this one. Snap is back. Almost, Marshall blocks the punt. Marshall blocks the punt. Henry Roth picks it up, and he'll score.
Touchdown.
Up to the punter.
Yeah, well, I thought, too, that I didn't, the way this glasses here in this room, it's kind of hard to see I said, oh, no, that's going to be a penalty. And then all of a sudden I see the ball go bouncing. So the Mavericks get their first punt block of the season, and Henry Roth is going to return that for a touchdown. And pending an extra point, we're going to have a tie ball game here.
What a play. I didn't get the number on who blocked that. He went right up the middle. Great block from Marshall. I mean, he literally took it off of his feet. That's going to be Quinn Hawkins, number 23, with the block. And the scoop and score from about 20 yards out goes Henry Roth as we await the point after. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Mavericks get a blocked punt, and we even it up with 11:47 to play here in the second quarter. 7-7. Stay with us.
I just don't know what I'm going to do about Mom. She fell last week, forgot her meds this morning. What's next?
My friend told me about Premier Home Care. They can help with all the medical needs, and it's covered.
Are they good? What's their number?
Here, it's Premier Home Care at 753-CARE or 753-2273. Call so they can help Mom.
Okay, 753-2273.
With Premier Home Care, your health is your choice.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field, and the Marshall Mavericks needed a spark, and that might have been it. The Mavericks, Quinn Hawkins, gets the punt block, and Henry Roth picks it up from 25 yards out, sprints in, and, Glenn, that might be what we needed.
Well, it just may be. You know, we talk about the three facets of the game. They've all had their off nights. The defense, who's been solid all year, sputtering tonight, and they do finally get a stop. And then the special teams, it's kind of struggled somewhat the last 2 weeks. They get the big play on the punt block by Quinn Hawkins, and again Henry Roth picks it up, and he rambles into the end zone and ties this score up. And we're going to get to see Buck Buchanan on the kickoff team for the first time, and we will probably expect this ball to go into those stands down there on the end, beyond the end zone.
So here comes Boomer Buck Buchanan. He'll be kicking from his 40-yard line, and he'll be kicking left to right. So if you've been to Mount Pleasant, he'll be kicking away from the scoreboard. So here we go. Marshall ties it up on the punt block, 7-7. Here's the kick from Buck. It's going to go into the end zone, and this one will be returned from the M in Mount Pleasant to the 15 to the 20. He's got a lane to the outside, 25 to the 30. He'll be hemmed in right there and not. Let's see, I think he's going to take it to the 35. Marshall tried to strip the ball instead of making the tackle. He picked up an extra 5.
That was Will Hills, and he is a big, tall, lanky return man, also a receiver, and it's a great return. We've not seen many balls returned on the Maverick kickoff team, and he took that one at least 5, maybe 6 yards deep into the end zone, and he returns it out to the 35, about a 40-yard return, 41-yard return.
So here comes Mount Pleasant, 1st and 10 from their 35. 2 receivers right. Thompson takes it, he hands it off, going right side. Tackles, going to be missed, and to the outside goes Wilder. He'll be snowed under, not until he gets to the 42.
What? Where's the flag?
Oh, there's some flags for, that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe, on Mount Pleasant.
He got body slammed.
Should be. That should be a big 15-yard penalty on Mount Pleasant after a big 8-yard run.
If that's a dead ball, that play will stand. So if that is the case, it's going to set up 2nd and long for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, it was just to kind of describe to you what happened late in the play. I believe that was our DB got body slammed by a wide receiver as the play was ending. So like you said, Glenn, the run's going to count to the 41, and they'll mark 15 yards off from there. And I believe under the new rule, that's his first.
That's unsportsmanlike. That's just a personal foul. Unsportsmanlike is what gets you. Two unsportsmanlikes get you disqualified. So, that's just a personal foul.
So that's going to be a fun one for Reggie to write up, because it's going to be a gain of 8, but then you're going to mark off 15, so it'll take the ball all the way back to the 27.
It's going to make it about 2nd and 18.
Yeah, big series here for Marshall's defense. Thompson in the shotgun from the right hash, 2 receivers left. He'll have Wilder to his left. They'll bring the tight end in motion, and that's going to be illegal motion.
Well, I tell you what, at least from my perspective, unless he moved first, I saw Combs. He was in the neutral zone, but he may have gotten drawn off as the right tackle over there. He did move, and that's going to move him back another 5, and now it's going to be 2nd and 23, 2nd and forever for this Mount Pleasant offense. Let's see if the Mavericks can get another hold here.
So from the 22-yard line, 2 receivers left. They'll bring a man in motion right to left. Thompson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it, looking to throw downfield as a man wide open at the 35 to the 40 to the 45, first down. Somebody got lost.
Yeah, those receivers, they were out here together, and number 1, that's get his number. I haven't looked at the phone here. Miller McCumbry, he just broke it off inside, and as you mentioned, Chase, he was wide open across the middle of the field. Huge gain on 2nd and 23 for a Mount Pleasant first down.
10:38 to play here in the second quarter. It's 7-7, tied up here. Thompson in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off going right. No, he's going to keep it. Coming back this side to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. He'll go out of bounds at the 30.
That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be 15 on number 40 for the Mavericks. Jabari Stansel, he hit the quarterback well out of bounds, and that's going to advance the ball another 15 yards.
We are just out of sorts right now defensively.
You know, one thing I think our defense has really done good all year is really have that outside containment. It doesn't seem that we really have that tonight. I think that may have been Buchanan that came up from the safety position and just allowed the runner to get outside, the quarterback to get outside of him and go for a long gain, plus the penalty that's going to be tacked onto it.
So the Mavericks had them all the way back, so on 2nd down and about 23.
Second 23.
And Marshall gives up back-to-back first downs. Now they're knocking on the Austin Bank red zone here. At the 20-yard line is Mount Pleasant, tied at 7 with 10:23 to play. 2 receivers right from the left hash. Thompson in the shotgun with a back to his right.
I hope that'll be a false start.
Yeah, should be a false start.
You know, we played the whole first quarter without a penalty, and now we've had, I think this is going to be the 4th penalty in about a minute and a half here in the second quarter.
So that'll back them up 5, so it'll be first down and 15 for Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 25-yard line. Let's see if the defense can hold here. Probably 4-down territory for the Tigers.
I would think absolutely.
So 2 receivers split wide to the right. Thompson in the shotgun with a back to his right from the left hash. Marshall with a bunch of people at the line of scrimmage. They'll hand it off. Nope, Thompson's going to keep it, and he'll cross the 25 to the 24. They'll mark him at the 22.
That was Sam Palmer and Buck Buchanan on the tackle. Looks like Henry Roth was there initially and was unable to make the tackle, and Sam Palmer steps up and wraps him up, and then Buchanan, he lays a hit on the quarterback and going to make it about a 3-yard gain, going to make it 2nd and 12.
As we go under 10 minutes to play in the half, tied at 7. 2 receivers to the right. Marshall now with a 5-man front. Thompson in the shotgun, drops back. He hands it off. He's hitting the backfield but misses. Still on his feet to the 20 to the 19. So he'll pick up a couple of yards there.
That's what I'm talking about there. The defense did a lot better job there. They kind of strung it out, didn't let him get on the corner, and for a minimal, I guess we call it a 3-yard gain. And as you mentioned, Chase, this is probably most definitely 4-down territory.
So 9:24 to play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for Mount Pleasant. They're in the Austin Bank red zone at the 19. 1 receiver split wide each side. 2 tight ends here. Heavy package for Mount Pleasant. Wilder will be to the left of Thompson in the shotgun. Marshall with a 5-man front. Takes a snap. Here comes the blitz for the Mavericks. They'll throw it up to the corner. Marshall has a man there. He knocks it away. Great defense.
That was great defense by James Perkins. He had excellent inside position on that receiver that obviously has got probably 3-4 inches on him, and he played that very well, and it's going to be interesting to see. It doesn't appear that Mount Pleasant's going to bring the field goal team on. They're going to go for it here. 4th and 9, just inside the red zone.
So here's the big play of the football game so far. We're tied at 7. Mount Pleasant's going to go for it on 4th and 9 from the Maverick 19. 2 receivers right. Thompson shotgun. Has a man to his right. They'll bring a man in motion left to right. So he takes it. Oh, he drops back. He's going to be
had a big play there from Mr. Quinn Hawkins. He just blew through the line. I guess he hit the A gap and almost comes through untouched, and he's going to get the sack. That's going to be the defensive play that we need to turn the ball over. Maverick offense back on the field.
Quinn Hawkins with a huge sack all the way back to the 30-yard line. It'll be a loss of 11 on 4th down. So the Mavericks, that 5-man front's working. I bet you'll see us stay in that the rest of the game. So here we go. 8:58 to play in the half, 7-7. Marshall with the football at their 30. O'Vera in the shotgun back on each side. They're going to give it to J.Q. Davis going over left side. He's going to be snowed under, but he keeps his feet. Makes one man miss, but he's going to lose a couple. They're going to mark him back at the 28.
Yeah, no success there. That big defensive line, you mentioned in the pregame, the number 99, the Baylor commit, Trey Emery, he's in at that left tackle position, and right next to him is another big fella, Zaid Canada, big senior at that right defensive tackle position, the 4-man front, and they are really getting some penetration against that Maverick offensive line.
2nd and 11 from the 29. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun. He takes it. He's going to hand it off. Going left side again is J.Q. Davis. He'll hit the corner. He'll take it to the 35. Let's see if they mark him at the 36.
I believe it's going to be right to the, looks like the linesman, that's at the 35-yard line. We've got stopping the clock. I don't know if we have an injury or he's got a Mount Pleasant player down across the field, looks like.
Yeah, they do. So we're going to take a quick break here. 8:05 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-7 from Sam Parker Field. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Expert Collision Center, Marshall's finest for full-service paint and body repair. All makes, all models, foreign or domestic, with lifetime warranty. Expert handles them. Expert's ASC Eye Care trained technicians handle other vehicle service needs. Auto glass replacement, alignments, frame straightening, bed liners, PDR repair. Insurance claim assistance from start to finish. Expert Collision, 1007 East End Boulevard North, next to the Dairy Queen in Marshall.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field as the injured Mount Pleasant Tiger is making his way back across the field. Our score with 8:05 to play here in the first half is 7-7. And Marshall's offense really has not done anything tonight. Marshall scored on the punt block.
That's right. I mean, the offense, they had that one nice run by Davis on their second possession. Was it a 14-yard gain, I believe? Has been our best offensive play of the evening, probably followed by that one that Davis just carried it for 6 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 5. Really need a conversion here by this Maverick offense.
So from the Marshall 35-yard line, ball will be spotted on the left hash. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun with Davis to his right. Bring one man in motion right to left. They're going to fake the handoff, and he'll throw it across the middle. It's caught by Chichi Roberson at the 45. They'll take it to the 47.
That's going to be Montana Warren. That's the first time we've seen Warren at the receiver position. That was him coming across the middle, makes the nice grab for the first down, and going to move the chains to put the Mavericks at 1st and 10 at their own 48.
Good job there from Montana Warren to pick up Marshall's first down at the 47-yard line, 48-yard line of the Mavericks. It'll be a 12-yard pickup there. 5 receivers out, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. We'll bring one man in motion left to right. Here comes the throw across the middle from O'Vera. It'll be caught at the 45 down to the 40, but the ball is out. Was he down?
He's down. The umpire in the middle of the field, he's pointing to the ground. He's got him down at the 35-yard line. That's going to be 2 catches in a row by Montana Warren as the Mavericks, as you mentioned, spread it out, Chase, and caught Warren going right down the seam for back-to-back first downs for that Maverick offense. Maybe we'll get a little rhythm going here.
That's a 17-yard pitch and catch right in the middle of the field for the Mavericks. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the Mount Pleasant 35. 1 receiver right, 1 left. O'Vera in the shotgun with a back on either side. They're going to give this one to Davis going left side. He'll make one man miss. He'll go across the 35 down to about the 33.
Chase, I really believe if we can just control the ball here and keep that Mount Pleasant defense on the field for a while. They've got some pretty big boys up front. That one, especially the one at the right tackle, I think we can really tire him out. His counterpart there, he's a little more athletic looking, but I think we can get them to breathing heavy and start moving the ball at will.
2nd and 8, Marshall in the shotgun, back on either side. O'Vera takes it, hands it off, going right side is to AP. He'll make one man miss, still on his feet. He'll cross the 25. They'll mark him down to the 23, first down, Marshall.
Great run there by Andrew Phillips. That's, I think, going to be his best run of the season. Almost, was that a 10-yard gain there, Reggie?
So the Maverick offense is now rolling with 6:17 to play in the half, tied at 7. Marshall just on the cusp of the Austin Bank red zone at the 23.
Getting different touches. We don't see Phillips touch the ball much. I think it's the first time of the season that Warren has touched the ball. So getting some fresh hands moving the football down the field for the Mavericks.
1st and 10 for Marshall. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun will bring a man in motion left to right with Davis behind him. They'll hand it off to Chi going left side. He'll turn the gas on. He's not going to get back. Well, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage there, but no more.
Like I say, that just play didn't develop. The Tiger defense did a good job of stringing that out, and just really no room to run there for Chi.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Mavs. 5:32 left to go in the half. We're tied 7-7 at Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant. Big series for Marshall. Really need to pump this one in the end zone. So Marshall taking some time here. They're going to have to hustle this one in with 10 seconds left on the play clock. They hustle to the football. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. From the left hash, O'Vera in the shotgun. He'll snap it right at the end of the play clock. He's handed it off going left side. Might get to the 20. They're going to mark him at the 21.
Yeah, that's Davis on the carry. Not a whole lot opening up there. The offensive line just unable to move those big defensive tackles that are really clogging up the middle of the line of scrimmage there.
So big play here. 3rd down, a long 8 for the Mavericks. They've got to get it inside the 15 to about the 13, it looks like, for a first down. 4:41 to play here in the half. Again, it's 7-7. Marshall and Mount Pleasant tied just outside the first half. So from the left hash, 1 receiver split left will be Ja'Cory Smith. 1 right will be Domar Chi Roberson. O'Vera in the shotgun, a back on either side. Now he'll send JQ out in motion. Across the middle, wide open.
Oh, my
goodness. And he drops it.
Andrew Phelps was wide open running post pattern. He had 6 points, and the ball hit him in the hands, and he just flat dropped it.
Well, Andrew Phillips drops it at the 5. Would have walked into the end zone for a touchdown.
That was a great call by the offensive coordinator. He, I guess, saw the matchup there and had just what he wanted, but Mavericks not able to execute.
So Marshall will attempt a field goal from the left hash on 4th and 8 from the 21. So they're going to call a timeout, will the Mavericks. And, oh, my goodness, that is one of those plays. 9 out of 10, you score. It was a little bit behind him, but he should have caught it.
Oh, it hit him. And anytime you get both hands on the football, you got to catch it. And like I say, sometimes just the eyes get big and you start thinking about running with it, and he didn't have far to run on that. But
well, one thing you mentioned, Glenn, and I agree with you 100%. That was a very well-called drive, Coach Cup. That was a beautiful mix of run and pass. And really, that's probably one of the better drives we've had of the season.
Well, it really was. They say mix it up. We saw some hands that touched the ball that we've really not seen touch it much this year, and working Warren into the offense. And I say we saw Phillips with a nice run, and his number called there, just unable to make the catch, or it would have been a touchdown for the Mavericks. It looks like it's going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt here as Buck Buchanan is on to try to give the Mavericks the lead.
So from the left hash, Buchanan, a 38-yard attempt would give Marshall their first lead of the night. So we await the snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is blocked. Blocked by Mount Pleasant, and it'll roll all the way back to the 50. Chi-Chi's going to recover it, but Mount Pleasant gets the block, and they have great field position at the Marshall 47.
Wow, I'm almost kind of speechless that our special teams that for the first, what have we played now? We've played 7 games. Really, the first 5 games of the season were just blemish-free, just really hardly a mistake whatsoever. And then it seems like we've missed some field goals, we've had some bad snaps, and
that's a block, and that was just not blocking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's a special teams blunder. Whoever missed their block, but it doesn't go well for the Mavericks.
So first down and 10 for Mount Pleasant. Quarterback's going to keep it going over left side. A lot of room to run there. He'll take it inside the 45. He'll take it down to the 41, and it'll be a gain of about 6.
Again, whoever had the outside containment here on the right side just not there, and the quarterback on the keeper, and he scrambles for about a 6, almost 7-yard gain.
So it'll be second down and about 4 for Mount Pleasant. 3:46 to go here in the half. Marshall's going to call a timeout. That's a well-called timeout. Marshall needs to regroup here. 7-7 is our score. But remember, Mount Pleasant won the toss and deferred, so they will receive the second half. So this is a big possession for the Maverick defense.
Well, we've seen big plays by both teams, special teams. The Mavericks getting the block punt and returning it for a touchdown, and then here the Mavericks have the opportunity to take their first lead of the night, and the Mount Pleasant special teams comes up with a big block and pushes the ball back across midfield and sets up their offense in a nice position to for them to try to take the lead as we go into halftime.
So here we go, back on the field, second down and 4 for the Tigers from the Marshall 41-yard line. 3:42 to play in the half. 7-7 is our score. Thompson will be in the shotgun from the left hash. He'll have 2 receivers split wide left, 1 wide right, all the way out there on the number. And he'll have a back Wilder to his right. On second down and 4, he'll hand it to Wilder going left side. He'll make one man miss. He'll be bottled up about the 39-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 2 there. Bring up 3rd and 2.
It's going to be short. There was a whole host of Mavericks. I think most of the defense was in on that tackle. Not sure who the stats keeper will give credit for the tackle, but I think we're probably 4-down territory here in 3rd and 2.
So here we go, 3rd down and 2 for for Mount Pleasant rather, from the Maverick 39. They need the 37 for a first down. 2 receivers left, 1 split wide right. Thompson in the shotgun, Wilder to his left, Marshall 4-man front. They're going to hand it to Wilder, and huge room over the right side. He'll pick it up easily down to the 35.
Like I say, the offensive line, they're just having their way. We're really seeing the Mavericks lose the battle in the trenches on both sides of the football, and Mount Pleasant able to pick up another first down here as we go inside of 3 minutes. They have 2 timeouts remaining, and a great opportunity here to take the lead going into halftime.
Thompson in the shotgun, heavy formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, but really close up to the line of scrimmage and to the line. So everybody's within the initial formation here.
They don't know they need to go to sleep here on a possible pass.
Thompson in the shotgun, drops back, hands it to Wilder coming this side. There's a hold there, no call. He'll step inside the 35 to the 30 to the 29.
That was Elijah Woolin there at the linebacker position. He did, even though he didn't make the tackle, he did turn it inside. Big gain, just not a lot of help there by the interior line and inside linebackers from the Maverick defense.
So second down and 4 for Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 29-yard line. Defense needs a stop. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left as we go under 2 minutes to play in the half. Thompson in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes it's going to keep it right. A lot of room out there for him. He'll pick up the first down. They'll get it all the way down to the 24.
That'll momentarily stop the clock as they move the change, but they're inside the 25. Plenty of time here for this Tiger offense to put the ball into the end zone.
Clock started back again. 1:37 left to play in the half. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Thompson in the shotgun. Mount Pleasant not going real quick here. They'll look to the sideline and change the call from the line of scrimmage. Marshall now in a 4-man front. So Thompson takes the snap. He's going to fake it. He's going to hand it off, and it's going to be snowed under. Lost back to the 30.
There it is. Quinn Hawkins again. Another big play. Tackle for loss, and it's going to force Mount Pleasant to call their second time as we're down to 1:14 left until halftime. Quinn Hawkins coming through, came on that last possession on that 4th down try. He was able to get the sack, turn the ball over, and on that play there pushes the Tiger offense back almost to the 30-yard line.
So that's going to bring up second down and about 15 for Mount Pleasant. That's a big, big play there. You got to think we keep sending more and more pressure. They don't seem to handle the pressure well. when we give them some time, we kind of get ourselves in a bind.
Yeah, and I think their receiving core, they've got some good-looking athletic kids that are long and lanky, and I really believe if we give Thompson enough time to throw back there, it's not going to be a good night for the Mavericks. So I think the thing to do is to try to pressure him and get that throw off earlier.
So big possession here for Marshall. 2nd down and 15 for Mount Pleasant from the 30, actually the 29-yard line. With 1:14 to play here, we're tied at 7, but Mount Pleasant knocking on the door. 2 receivers left, 1 right, cluster. Really close formation for them. Thompson takes the snap.
That's a false start. I thought I saw an interior lineman kind of flinch. That's going to move it back another 5, which is great news for this Maverick defense. It's going to push it back out to the 39, and it's going to be 2nd and about 19.
Yeah, to the 34.
20. It's going to be exactly 2nd and 20.
So from the 34-yard line. 2nd down and 20 from the 34 with 1:13 to play. Same formation for Mount Pleasant. Thompson takes it, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, a little bit of pressure there. He's going to throw it back as a man wide open, and it's a touchdown, Mount Pleasant.
Wow. What a play call. That was number 14, Ed Wilder. Quarterback rolled out to his right, and he just stops and plants and throws it all the way across the field, and Wilder had about 4 or 5 steps on the Maverick defender, and that was no contest on that play.
It was Elijah Woolen in coverage, the linebacker, trying to stay with that back, and no doing for Marshall. So with 1:06 left in the half, Marshall gives up a late touchdown, kind of shades of Texas High, and as we await the point after to see if they'll take a 14-7 lead, and they will. Kick is up, and it's good, so stay with us. We'll be back right after this to give you that scoring summary. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas.
Jackrabbit Off-Road, Highway 59 South, your Polaris dealer. Right now, you can shop online, look at it, pick it out, purchase your unit. Then Jackrabbit will deliver to your driveway. You never have to leave the house until you walk out, get on board, crank it up, and take off. Hey, you get financing too. You don't have to make a payment for 6 months, and we'll also pick your unit up, repair it, and bring it back. Jackrabbit Off-Road, your Polaris off-road dealer.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field, and not going Marshall's way here as the Mavericks give up a late touchdown. 7 plays, 47 yards, 34-yard TD pass from Thompson to Wilder out of the backfield, and that's your Kyle Dansby scoring summary. Marshall's going to really need to try to do something here. 14-7, left 7 points on the board earlier. So here comes the kick. It's going to be a pooch kick. Let's see if the Mavericks will try to return this. They will. Ja'Cory Smith will catch it. He'll go to the outside. He'll cross the 30, and he'll be walloped at the 33.
Decent field positions. Not a whole lot of time. The Mavericks do have 2 timeouts in the bank, and they've got 68 yards and 62 seconds to try to make something happen.
Boy, a touchdown would be nice. Again, Mount Pleasant will start with the football in a game really they have controlled. They look like the better team so far here tonight.
Yeah, they have really dominated.
So the Mavericks will have the ball from their own 32-yard line. Ja'Cory Smith split wide to the right, 2 receivers split to the left. O'Vara in the shotgun with Davis behind him. Let's see what they do here. They'll drop back looking to pass as O'Vara. He'll swing it to the outside, and that is going to be caught.
No, he's going to say
hit the ground.
Hit the ground. That was Burris was the intended receiver, and the ball just a little short. Bo did a great job trying to make the catch, but the ball was just a little underthrown.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Marshall, trailing 14-7 with 58 seconds to go in the half.
Well, Chase, you need to think about here, 2nd down, you really need to move those chains. Might be on your end of the field to run the football here and try to have some success.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. O'Vara in the shotgun. They'll bring Burris in motion right to left. Now he's going to stop back, come back the other side, and O'Vara is going to look, throws it, pitches it out to J.Q. Davis right before he's sacked. And the pass will be completed to the 39.
Looks like the big defensive, I think he's going to get up. Big defensive tackle for Texas High, the Trey Emery, the big commit to Baylor. He's on the ground out there. He's up on his hiney, so it looks like he's okay.
So that's going to be a gain of 6 on the play. We're going to keep it right here. The ball spotted right at the 39-yard line. So it's 3rd down and about 3 for Marshall. Again, got to pick up the 1st down. But let's talk a little bit about while he's down on the field. Mount Pleasant, this team, I don't know how in the world this team has lost as many games as they have if they play like this every week. They look pretty good.
Well, they've been pretty impressive, and kind of what we've gathered, this kid that's at quarterback hasn't been their starting quarterback. Is that what we believe?
I don't know that. I'm going off what I got out of the newspaper, which may be incorrect. There were no statistics on Mount Pleasant this week that I could find. So Emory gets up. He'll walk off on his own power.
So he'll probably set out for a play, and we'll probably see him on the next down. And this is what I'm talking about, the Mavericks. Now they're in a 3rd and 4, 51 seconds. You don't convert here, then you got to punt the football away and give Mount Pleasant another opportunity.
2 receivers each side, ball on the left hash. Over in the shotgun, he'll send the back out in the flat. He's going to throw it to the outside, complete to Domar Chichi Roberson at the 40. Are they going to mark him at the 46?
Now you're in business. You've moved the chains. You're right out there to midfield. You got a new set of downs, 2 timeouts. Now you can really open up the playbook. If nothing else, try to get this thing down to give Buchanan a shot here before time expires at the half.
So a 9-yard pitch and catch. First down, Marshall at the 48-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Over in the shotgun, 2 backs, 1 on either side. Drops back. Here comes some pressure from Mount Pleasant. He'll let this one fly. He'll overthrow Roberson again, and incomplete.
Yeah, Roberson broke it off inside, and Olvera was expecting him to go down on a fly pattern, because he launches it out there and it goes out of bounds at about the 30, and Robertson was standing at about the 40.
So 42 seconds left in the half. 14-7, Mount Pleasant with the lead. Marshall trails. They've got the ball first or second down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 2 receivers split wide each side from the left hash. Olvera in the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, throws this one across the middle to Smith, who drops it.
I think the defender, it looks like the defender, number 8. It's like he may have got a hand on. That was Jacoby Russell. He didn't get his hand on it. He got it out in front of it. I think that kind of broke Smith's concentration. He's unable to make the catch. Now we've got a 3rd and 10 with 39 seconds to play here.
So a big possession here for Marshall's offense. Need to keep this drive alive. Got to get 10, got to get down to the 42 of Mount Pleasant. So 3rd and 10.
You got the big defensive line now. This might be a good opportunity for a draw play here.
1 receiver left, 1 to the right. Over in the shotgun, back on either side, drops back, looking to pass, has a man out there. Open catch made by Chichi Roberson. He'll get out of bounds at the 40, first down, Marshall.
Good play there. Looks like Emory's he's still over here on the bench, so it's good to have him out, at least for the time being, looks like the Olvera a little more time to throw the football, not quite getting the pressure that they were getting when he was in the game.
12-yard pickup there, stops the clock. 33 seconds to play at the Mount Pleasant 40-yard line. 14-7 our score. Mount Pleasant with the lead. Marshall with the football. 3 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left from the left hash. Olvera in the shotgun with the back behind him. He'll bring Burris in motion right to left. Drops back, looking to pass, has some time. Let this one fly, has a man out there. It's incomplete.
Wow, that was almost a great catch by Robertson. He was covered pretty well by the corner, and the safety came over the top to help out, and he gets flipped, but almost makes a spectacular catch for the Maverick offense.
So this is a play here where if you ran something long and underneath, that underneath route's probably going to be open. So 2nd down and 10 for Marshall, having all kinds of problems with the scoreboard here.
Yeah, the clock is it's almost like a strobe light. It's coming on and off. It has been pretty much the whole game.
2nd down and 10 for Marshall from the 40. 1 receiver split wide each side. Olvera in the shotgun. Back on either side for extra protection. He flings it to the outside to Smith. It'll be caught right at about the 32-yard line.
Mavericks have to call a timeout here.
So Marshall will get the stop, and there will be just 2 yards short of a first down. So 3rd down and 2 with 19 seconds to play. Is that right?
Yeah, 19 seconds here to the half, and the Mavericks, now they've really got to manage the clock with only 1 timeout remaining. If they don't get a first down here, it's pretty easy. I think you probably trot Buchanan out there and try to get the field goal. But if they do get the first down, the clock will stop momentarily while they reset the chains, and they probably want to preserve that final timeout.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say the ball's on the right hash. I think you're going to see a quick pass, a little 2-3 yard out to Roberson. He'll catch it and go out of bounds, pick the first down up, stop the clock. We've seen that the last couple of downs. He's looking familiar, or he looks like he's feeling pretty good about going to Chi-Chi tonight. So let's see where Chi-Chi is on the field. He'll be lined up to the right.
This will be a great time for a little out and up, too.
Yeah, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right from the right hash. Olvera will be in the shotgun. 19 seconds to go in the half. Mavericks trail by 7, 14-7. So let's see what they do here. They'll send J.Q. Davis out in the flat. Here's the little pass to Roberson, and it will be incomplete.
And we're going to have a holding call. There's a flag there. It's almost always holding. We're going to see what the umpire.
Or chop block.
Yeah, it could be a chop block, but typically in that area, no, it's going to be a chop block. We saw that. Nope.
Personal foul, chop block.
Chop block.
That could not be at a worse time. That is a 15-yard penalty.
You know, we had that same thing happen at Texas High, and it seemed like it was also at a very inopportune time. And that's going to move the Mavericks way back. They're going to have a big play here to convert well out of field goal range.
Still third down. Mavericks will have another down here, but it's third and about 17. They've got to get all the way down to the 30 for a first down. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, and Marshall has taken themselves out of field goal range. That's Collier Sloan in here, and he's going to be snowed under. And he'll lose the football. And I think Mount Pleasant's going to recover with 9 seconds left at the 46-yard line.
I'm not sure if the clock is running. The Mavericks must have recovered it because they're rolling the clock. So that's gonna.
We just need to go and get out of here. Collier Sloan just about fumbled that football. He did fumble the football. I think we recovered, and that'll be the end of a disastrous half for Marshall. Our score at halftime: Mount Pleasant 14, Marshall 7. Stay with us. We'll wrap up this one or tell you a little bit about the stats in this one as we come back for our halftime show. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas.
Make Marshall great again with Casey Sloan Construction, the contractor that can do it all. Are you looking to expand your business building, build a new business, or build a home? Call Casey Sloan at 903-503-3733. Casey Sloan has built hundreds of commercial projects, and he can even do residential buildings. He also does renovations and remodeling. Casey Sloan is your local contractor for everything. 903-503-3733. Voted #1 contractor in East Texas.
I'm Ashley Dansby, and it's time for your Marshall Maverick halftime highlight. Today, we visit with Dr. Rochelle Langley, Superintendent of Marshall ISD. She's going to update us on several things happening across the district. The first of those, construction on the Ag Barn.
And it's actually going to be called the Marshall ISD Agri-Science Complex. So we are very excited. It basically is finished. If you drive by and look at it, it's like, why do we not have the animals in there? There's one little piece that goes into our electrical panel that we are waiting on that actually will sound off fire alarms and smoke alarms. And we cannot put children, adults, animals in that barn until we get this one little piece. Mm-hmm. I'm beginning to get worried. It's sitting out on one of those ships in California.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. If it's sitting out there waiting, it's like, okay, what do we do? Of course, we sit here and we wait for that piece to come in, or we hope that somebody in the United States can get it to us. So we're waiting on that. In the meantime, though, we are going to go ahead and redo that parking lot that is back there. A lot of people call it the band parking lot simply because that's where they do a lot of their practicing. And so we're going to dredge it all up and re-pour it. Bud McCracken, we did bids for that, and he got the bid for that. And so he said he can start pretty much as soon as possible. Good. So we're hoping within the next week or so we'll get that going. And it's only supposed to take a week or two. Of course, weather will play a big part in that. And so we're hoping that by the time he finishes that parking lot, and it will, by this way, be it will be striped for cars, but it will also continue to be striped as the football field for our band to continue to practice on. That's very important. And so we're hoping that once the parking lot is finished, maybe that little piece will get in there so that we can get our animals in and our kids can start using the Ag Barn.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that's something y'all are really looking forward to, not only for the kids, but to show off to the community as well.
Yes.
But I know from visiting with Jessica Shaddix, they are just really ready to get in there.
It's killing us.
Yeah.
It's killing us. We are very blessed, though, that we still do have the old Ag Barn that we can put our animals in. And so we're very blessed with that. But who doesn't want the new shiny penny to be able to use that? So hopefully we're going to be getting that one little piece that we need for this panel soon. But in the meantime, we'll get that parking lot completed, and then hopefully it will all be done, and we can get those animals, and the kids can start using it.
Very good.
In addition to that, another very exciting piece is last month, the board approved for the architect that we can use for Marshall Early Childhood Center. Now, that's the old South Marshall building, and it is near and dear to my heart. That's where I went to elementary school. And so it's not, that building is not being torn down and we're rebuilding like we did some of the others, but we are going to do renovations, which it is in desperate need of renovations. And I'm hoping, once we get the pricing back, right now, we met with them last Wednesday, and they're looking through, here's how much this would cost, and here's how much this would cost. And I said, this is all the money we have to spend on it. So y'all remember that. And but we're hoping that when we get it back, not only will we be able to renovate, but we'll be able to actually add a few more classrooms. There is such a need for the pre-K age kids to be in school in Marshall, well, everywhere really, that we're hoping maybe we can add some more spots so that we can even pull some more kiddos into that and get them started on their education career early. And then, move them on up into our kindergarten programs.
I had the opportunity to go out there a few weeks ago. They were doing some different career day type things with the pre-K kids, and I got to go out there and visit with them a little bit about working in radio, which was so much fun to visit with 3- and 4-year-olds about working in radio. And I was so excited. They all knew what it was. A lot of times you go into younger classrooms and they're like, we've never heard of a radio.
What's a radio, right.
They all knew what it was and knew about getting in the car and listening to that radio and told me they danced. And anyway, it was just a lot of fun. What are some of the things that y'all are looking at doing over there? It sounds like plans are still kind of in the works.
They are very much in the works. Yeah, we met, like I said, Wednesday with 2 of the architects, and one it's with GLS, is the architecture firm. One of the gentlemen is from Tyler, and he's the one mainly that we'll be working with, which is very nice to have him so near.
Sure.
And the 2-story section that has the library in the bottom of it. I don't know if you knew this or not, but that bottom where the library is, that used to be open. That was a place that when I was in school, you could go under there and play kickball or whatever out of the rain.
Sure.
Well, we needed more space back many years ago now, and they filled that in for classrooms, which is a brilliant idea. But the water flow, which was always there to go through an open space, all of a sudden is blocked.
Sure.
And so one of the end classrooms there now is basically just used for storage because it's had so much water that's come in there. So we're hoping that's the main part, is to do something with that 2-story space. That piece, I don't know if we'll be able to afford to have it completely torn down and rebuilt, if we'll just be able to redo the bottom floor. I don't know those things yet, but that's the main part, as well as probably changing the entrance of the school. This architecture group had shown us some wonderful buildings that they had done everywhere from Carthage to Navasota, and at many of those, they changed the whole dynamics of the parents driving in, how to get into the school by changing the entrance. So there may be a possibility that what is now the front of the school where the playgrounds are becomes the side, and then you would walk in that north door, and hopefully have some offices there, so you don't have to walk all the way down that hallway.
Yeah, and of course that's the door I tried to go into, and then of course had to walk around the side. So it does seem like it would almost make a little more sense.
Yes, and hopefully maybe we could then remove a little bit of that fencing, so it doesn't feel like the kids are caged in there. Which we're wanting their protection and their safety, but it's just not pleasing to the eye to see all of that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to have to show to us.
Sure, that's going to be great. And of course, we'll keep you updated on all that as well.
Right, and we're going to make sure that the public sees what it looks like and all of that before we say rubber stamp. This is it.
Very good. And thank you to Dr. Langley for joining us on your Marshall Maverick halftime highlight. Go Mavs!
This is Matt Moore, General Manager of Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet in Marshall. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, take the short drive over to Highway 59 South and come and visit us. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or at maverickchevrolet.net. With the largest discounts in East Texas, you're sure to find what you're looking for. If you haven't done business with us before, come see what you're missing. And if you have, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet, your hometown automotive dealers.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, and 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass specializes in body and glass repair. Rock chip to a complete installation. Certified Collision and Glass has certified technicians and the equipment to repair the all-aluminum Ford F-150 pickup. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59, next to Marshall Ford, Marshall, Texas, leading the way in body repair. It's certified.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager of Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet in Marshall. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, take the short drive over to Highway 59 South and come and visit us. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or at maverickchevrolet.net. With the largest discounts in East Texas, you're sure to find what you're looking for. If you haven't done business with us before, come see what you're missing. And if you have, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet, your hometown automotive dealers.
Well, folks, welcome back here to halftime from Mount Pleasant. Our score at the half, it's Mount Pleasant 14, Marshall 7. And, man, it has been an early Halloween for the folks in red and white tonight as Marshall has struggled up here at Mount Pleasant. First half stats, the Mavericks only 24 yards rushing, 68 yards through the air, only 92 yards in the first half. Olvera 9 of 18 for 92 yards. Now, the Mavericks did have a big play. That was a drop at the 5 that should have scored on. That would have made it a 14-14 game. But the Mavericks offensively have just sputtered to not much in the first half here. J.Q. Davis, after 293 yards rushing last week on 34 carries, he has 5 carries for 22 yards, 2 catches for 6. And you flip the switch and look over on the other side, and Mount Pleasant is doing it to it here tonight. 126 yards on the ground, 65 yards through the air. Thompson, 4 of 7 for 65 yards. One of those a beautiful touchdown pass on third down. And they have 191 yards at the half. Other than a punt block, it's really been all Mount Pleasant here early.
Here we go. My mic was turned off. You probably couldn't hear me. We'll start over. Yeah, as Chase was saying, there's really 2 big plays from the Mavericks corner. One, the punt block, which obviously played into our favor with our only points of the night, and then the other is going to be that drop touchdown pass that was really drawn up well by the offensive coordinator, Coach Cupp, and just unable to execute and make the catch. Otherwise, we have a tie ball game. But the Maverick offense is really just not doing a whole lot. And Chase, I would probably have to say thus far that's probably one of the worst halves that our defense has played this year.
Yeah, the Marshall Mavericks gave up a lot of yards there in the first half, right at 200 to Mount Pleasant. Not able to stop the run. Mount Pleasant really only doing a little it's a quarterback option. I mean, he gives it or he keeps it. He reads the end. And so far, he's really played well here tonight. And that really big plays on third down and long, second down and long, had him in 2nd and 26.
Yeah, they had
got a first down.
Yeah, they had Mount Pleasant had 2 plays that were both on second down, and one was I think 20 yards and one was like 25, 26, and they converted on both of them. The defense just giving up some big plays.
So we'll walk you through the scoring summary there in the first half. The Mavericks started with the football, and they go 3 plays. They lose 4 yards and have to punt. So Mount Pleasant takes it with 9:56 to play there in the first quarter, and they go on a 12-play, 60-yard drive. Thompson on the quarterback read. He keeps it and goes 20 yards off left side, and he scores the touchdown there for Mount Pleasant, and that made it 7-0 with 4:22 to go in the first quarter. The Mavericks get it right back, but they punt. 54-yard punt from Buck Buchanan all the way down to the Mount Pleasant 1-yard line, but the Mavericks not able to hold them there. And Mount Pleasant goes on a little run of their own. They'll take it all the way up to the 39-yard line, and that's where, with 11:47 to go there in the half, Quinn Hawkins gets a big punt block, and Henry Roth picks it up at the 25, takes it in the rest of the way, and we're knotted at 7. And then Marshall gets a big turnover on downs. 8:58 to play. The Mavericks hold them after a 7-play drive, 11-yard sack from Quinn Hawkins, and Marshall gets it, and it looks like this point that maybe things are turning around. Marshall goes all the way down the field. They march down to the 21-yard line, and that's where the Mavericks not able to get in the end zone, got that pass to Andrew Phillips, a drop at the 5 would have been a score. Marshall lines up to kick the field goal, and it's blocked from right up the middle. And it reminded me a little bit about when I was a senior in high school. Baylor played Colorado after Colorado had won a national championship. And we went to Boulder and won. And they won on a punt block. They blocked, or a field goal block. They blocked it at like the 30. And it was so hard, it rolled all the way back on the other end of the field where Baylor recovered and was able to kick the game-winning field goal. Well, that's a little bit what happened here.
Yeah, it went across midfield, and that set Mount Pleasant up for the drive that you're probably going to talk about that ultimately gave them the 14-7 lead here at the half.
Yeah, 4:10 to play there in the half on the punt block that rolled all the way back to the Maverick 47-yard line. And they take it 7 plays, 47 yards, and a really good play call from their offensive coordinator. Thompson rolled to his right. He threw it back left side to Wilder coming out of the backfield, and that's a tough position for our linebacker to have to cover him out of that backfield. Wasn't able to do that, so that
and
made
it was a perfect throw. I mean, he made a long throw all the way across the field, and I say he could have easily overthrown that, but he put it right in his hands, and he just trotted into the end zone to give the Tigers the lead.
But then Marshall gets the football with 1:02 to play. They go all the way down to the 32-yard line of Mount Pleasant, and then we kind of implode and kill ourselves again. We have an illegal chop block call. That's a 15-yard penalty, and that ends what might have been a 3-point opportunity or try for Marshall. So,
that's something that's a call that you don't see very often. Typically, maybe 1 or 2 times during the course of a season. And that's just, I think the coach is going to really work on these backs. Hey, when you come up to try to help block, you cannot block low, especially if your offensive lineman is engaged with a defender. You can't go below the waist and hit him, or they're going to get you every time. To me, that's should be easy to correct, and we just don't need to have that. We've had it called twice on us this year, once in Texarkana and once here tonight, both pretty inopportune times.
And I'm not sure that wasn't called on the line. I think it's where you have 2 people blocking and one lineman's high and one lineman's low. I think that's what he called.
And it may have been. I didn't actually see the block, but typically, when you see that called, watching college or pro ball where you get to see the replays, typically it's an offensive lineman engaged and a back will come up and block low as they're trying to penetrate. But that could have been the case. But still, whether it's a lineman and a back or 2 linemen, that's pretty easy to coach and say you just can't do that.
So our score at halftime, we're going to take another quick break and we'll be back to walk around the district. But our score at the half, it's Mount Pleasant 14, Marshall 7. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas.
It's time to have your heating and air conditioning units checked out. Keith Air Conditioning and Heating, where you get Train equipment, quality, full service, same-day response, free estimates for residential and commercial customers. Train and Keith Air Conditioning and Heating since 1975. Keith Air Conditioning warranties all work, whether you need to repair or a new Train system. Call Brian Keith, 903-935-3664. It's hard to stop a train.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your Bandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Bandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Bandemonium card for your normal, everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Bandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Bandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Marshall ISD athletics programs help students achieve the highest level of success both on and off the field by challenging them to grow physically, intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Our athletes have access to state-of-the-art training facilities, providing them with top-tier tools needed to be successful. MISD has a rich history of developing talented athletes that have proven to be successful at the college and professional levels. Come play at Marshall ISD and find out why we take pride in our past and promise for our future.
At RRCU, you never have to worry about what's in your wallet. Just worry about what's in your mobile wallet. With RRCU's new Rewards Visa credit card, your money is safe and secure right inside your smartphone. Keep your Visa Rewards card in your smartphone mobile wallet and be ready to earn rewards with every purchase. Details at rrcu.com. Enjoy extra features like card swap and Visa purchase alerts. Your cards are always safe when they're in your RRCU mobile wallet. RRCU is federally insured by NCUA.
Well, folks, welcome back to Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and the Marshall Mavericks trail the Tigers 14-7 at halftime. Glenn's going to look around the district, and we're not the only ones that are having a Halloween spooky night, I don't believe.
Yeah, there's a little bit of surprise, and you just mentioned the score here. As expected, Texas High, all 4 games right now are shown to be at the half. Texas High at home is leading Jacksonville 21-7. Certainly not a surprise. Down in Nacogdoches, the Bobcats are the visiting team. They're leading the Dragons at the half, 17-13. And what's the big surprise in White House? The winless on the year, winless White House Wildcats. They are leading the Pine Tree Pirates 14-0. Chase, that was a game that we kind of figured was a no-brainer who was going to win that one, but if that one holds, that really benefits the Mavericks. The Pine Tree is one of those teams that's kind of up there just below the Mavericks. We beat White House. They've got 4 losses. There's no way White House, even if we lose out, can move ahead of us. But a loss there by Pine Tree at White House, that really benefits the Mavericks, how this thing plays out when you start looking at the district standings.
Well, that kind of tells you a little bit about that team would be a kindred spirit to us right now, as that is 6 consecutive quarters now that Pine Tree has not scored a point. They were shut out last week 38-0 to Texas High, so their offense is on the struggle bus, as is the Maverick offense, a little bit on the struggle bus. Marshall just continuing their trend on the season, just having a hard time scoring. A couple of other games of note for listeners at home. Old Tyler Legacy, they lead North Mesquite 21-14 with 9:31 to play in the third quarter. The Lufkin Panthers, they're struggling this season, losing in the third quarter 16-13 to Cleveland with 8:01 to play. And John Tyler High, they trail Highland Park at the half 28-14. That's a pretty good football game. Now they've gotten better as the season has progressed. But the Mavericks, if you're listening at home, struggling a little bit tonight. 14-7, still a ball game. Not out of this football game by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Need to make some changes at the half.
We do, and as you mentioned when we were off the air there right after the half, that you said that the Maverick defense needed to get a stop here coming out at halftime, and I agree. If the defense can get back on their game, take control, I do believe that our offense can get us in the end zone, get this thing tied up. Mavericks certainly not outmatched here. It's just we got to execute. We've had the drop touchdown pass, otherwise we're all tied up here, but we can't do anything about that. We've got 24 more minutes to play. The Mavericks need to play well, kind of some error-free football, and let's get this thing in the win column.
And hopefully the Mavs will come out. It's a similar situation at Texas High. We were down 17-10 at the half. They scored late, and the defense needed to come out and get a stop. They did, and the offense not able to do anything thereafter. That's going to be the difference tonight for us. Can our defense come out and get a stop? I think they can. But can the offense turn around and help that defense a little bit and hold on to the football and move it down the field?
And let's don't forget the special teams. Special teams are going to have to do their job. Not that we're disappointed with Buck Buchanan kicking the ball 6-7 yards deep into the end zone, but the kick coverage team, we can't let them return the ball 42 yards and set them up with great field position. We got to block up front. We can't have block. We got one of the best kickers probably in all the state, and we got to give him time to get the ball off the tee and through the uprights.
And that's 2 blocked this season against Texarkana. Had a field goal block. So something up front right now. There's some magic that everybody has figured out. Probably got to plug up somewhere up in the middle. So the Mavericks, it's halftime here at Sam Parker Field. It's 14-7 is our score. And if you've been listening to us all season, you know that halftimes are a little longer than they used to be. We've had a couple of carnivals and all kinds of fun stuff at halftime, and we're not anywhere near being done with this one. Still about 7 minutes to go here at the half at Mount Pleasant. So we're going to take another break before Mount Pleasant's band performs. Again, our score from Sam Parker Field. It's Mount Pleasant 14, Marshall 7 at the half. We'll be back right after this.
13,000 financial advisors, $850 billion in assets under care. How did Edward Jones become one of the biggest financial service companies in the country? By not acting that way. Financial strategies, one-on-one advice, it's a big difference. And it's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Experience the difference for yourself. Call 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com for a financial advisor in Marshall. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
I just don't know what I'm going to do about Mom. She fell last week, forgot her meds this morning. What's next?
My friend told me about Premier Home Care. They can help with all the medical needs and it's covered.
Are they good? What's their number?
Here, it's Premier Home Care at 753-CARE or 753-2273. Call so they can help Mom.
Okay, 753-2273.
With Premier Home Care, your health is your choice.
Expert Collision Center, Marshall's finest for full-service paint and body repair. All makes, all models, foreign or domestic, with lifetime warranty. Expert handles them. Experts ASC Eye Care trained technicians handle other vehicle service needs. Auto glass replacement, alignments, frame straightening, bed liners, PDR repair. Insurance claim assistance from start to finish. Expert Collision, 1007 East End Boulevard North, next to the Dairy Queen in Marshall.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Mount Pleasant, Texas. And I have told you we have seen some halftime shows, but we have never gone to Oz. And that's where we are right now. We've got the Yellow Brick Road. Mount Pleasant's about to start. It's taken them about 4 minutes to set up. And I'm telling you, folks, if you're not watching at home, you need to go get on EastTexasToday.com real quick and see what's going on right now in Mount Pleasant. We've got a Oz lit up.
I tell you what, the bands, I graduated from high school in 1984, and I'm going to tell you that the halftime performances are totally different. This is kind of like high definition or 4D.
I'm telling you, folks, we got the Yellow Brick Road. It starts down here at about the 40-yard line. It stretches all across the field, goes all the way down to the other 20. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on in this. I thought Pine Trees Carnival was going to take the cake this season. I think it's going to be our trip to Oz. What do you think?
I think so.
Woo, goodness gracious. Well, folks, we're back here with still a lot of time to go here at halftime. 14-7 is our score. Mount Pleasant with the lead. Marshall will start kicking to Mount Pleasant in a decision that really looks good from Mount Pleasant's standpoint. And, Glenn, so what do we need to do second half to win the football game?
Well, I think just execute. I'm still kind of enamored of this halftime show. Just kind of, wow, it really is impressive. But getting back to our football minds, I really, you teams typically as the season progresses begin to get in sync, and it seems like our offense is doing just the opposite. Olvera, who took over the starting quarterback job, at second half in Longview, first few games was was spot on, made some great throws, really turned the offense around. And I don't know if it's like it's peaked and it's not like we're going the other way now, just not really clicking. But, we just got to make the plays, eliminate the mistakes. Not turn the ball over so far, which is a good thing. A couple of miscues, you take away the block field goal and the drop touchdown pass. Really those two plays, we're leading this game. It probably, you take that, really it would probably be 17-7 if you really think about it.
Well, those were on the same possession. So
that's true. That's right. We did drop. That's right. We dropped the pass and
then got the field goal block. That's about as bad a scenario as you could have gotten for us. Not score that touchdown, and really, you kind of wonder, had we scored there, what would that have done to the psyche a little bit of Mount Pleasant? At some point when you lose to a team so many times and the train starts running, the team goes, ooh, here we go. And so far, we've not been able to do that tonight with these Tigers.
I mean, momentum is a huge part of football, not just high school football. I mean, if you watch college football, I mean, you can see teams get out 2 or 3 scores, and then something happens, and the other team gets some momentum, and then they just storm back. And that's really what we need is just to get some momentum on our side and begin to execute. I really think the Mavericks have got the team to win this football game, and we just need to everybody needs to take care of their assignments, do their job. I think we need to do a little better job of containment on the outside on defense, and I think we'll be okay here in the second half.
And I'll tell you this, too. I was reading the newspaper. I found the story of the Mount Pleasant-Hallsville game last week. You mentioned they had 5 turnovers, lost by 6. I mean, that's the reason they probably lost that football game. And the coach for Mount Pleasant made a statement, and he said, we just can't seem to get everything going our way. We do some things well, and we'll have an untimely fumble, an untimely penalty. They've really not had that tonight. They've played pretty error-free football, and it shows. They're up 14-7. So let's see if we can flip that switch in the second half. Marshall has not played error-free football in the first half. Maybe if we can do that in the second, see if Mount Pleasant might revert a little bit back to the season form. And, usually that happens. Your norm usually – your average usually finds you.
It does somewhere along the way. And, except we saw the whole first quarter without a penalty on either side. Saw the flags begin to fly a little bit in the second quarter, probably more so against Marshall. I think maybe had a couple of more penalties. But you talk about the momentum. All it takes is that one turnover, one big play. And I think Marshall, that's what they need here in this first drive. If they could either get that big stop or maybe even a turnover, then and get the offense to get the click. And it's going to be interesting to see if we saw Sloan come in that the very last play. I don't know if there was an injury to Olvera or if it was just so he could throw it further down the field, and that may have been all it was. But probably do expect Olvera to come back to take on the first possession in the second half.
Yeah, there's no question the strongest arm on our team is Sloan. I mean, I've seen him go stand on the 40 and throw it in the end zone. So I mean, he's got a hose. So I imagine we were looking to try to set him up for a deep ball, and he just didn't get that thing off. And actually fumbled the football. Lucky that we recovered that. The clock ran out there for the half. So it doesn't appear to me, Glenn, that if we got down into a kicking game war, it doesn't look like they have much of a field goal kicker because they don't seem to want to use him, if they do. Yeah. They've gone for it on 4th down in field goal range now 3 times. Not successful once or twice, and successful once or twice. Yeah. So we got to see what the Mavericks can do here in the second half as we watch a very impressive halftime show from Mount Pleasant. Their band is pretty big. It stretches from the 20 to the 20. And Reggie Cooper said their flags are making him dizzy here as we watch Dorothy take her trip to Oz. We've got somebody singing down here as well. It's full-fledged here from Mount Pleasant. Our score at halftime, 10-7. Still got 10 minutes left in halftime. They've put some more time on the clock. So we're going to take another 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to play football again, I promise you, tonight from Marshall and Mount Pleasant at Sam Parker Field.
Jackrabbit Off-Road, Highway 59 South, your Polaris dealer. Right now, you can shop online. Look at it, pick it out, purchase your unit. Then Jackrabbit will deliver to your driveway. You never have to leave the house until you walk out, get on board, crank it up, and take off. Hey, you get financing too. You don't have to make a payment for 6 months, and we'll also pick your unit up, repair it, and bring it back. Jackrabbit Off-Road, your Polaris Off-Road dealer.
Make Marshall great again with Casey Sloan Construction, the contractor that can do it all. Are you looking to expand your business building, build a new business, or build a home? Call Casey Sloan at 903-503-3733. Casey Sloan has built hundreds of commercial projects, and he can even do residential buildings. He also does renovations and remodeling. Casey Sloan is your local contractor for everything. 903-503-3733. Voted #1 contractor in East Texas.
We made it. To say the last year and a half has been tough on all of us would be an understatement. But here we are, ready and excited to move forward with you. We're VeraBank, and we're excited to be here and to bring genuine bankers and modern banking to your families, businesses, and community. We invite you to come see us or get to know us better at verabank.com. Let's move forward together. VeraBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, folks, back here at Sam Parker Field, the Marshall Mavericks trail Mount Pleasant 14-7, and we continue with the record longest halftime show I think we've been a part of. We thought that might have been at Pine Tree several weeks ago, but I don't think this holds a candle to Pine Tree. This one is a little longer.
Was it Pine Tree or Texas? Was it Texas High that was so long?
It was Pine
Was
Tree.
it Pine Tree,
That's where we had the carnival.
The carnival,
yeah,
okay.
That was carnival. And I know y'all are listening to us at home going, these people are crazy. They did not have a carnival. They had a carnival at Pine Tree.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I don't think I have ever seen a band that's had as many flag, I guess you call them the color guard. They have got a bunch of, I'm assuming mainly young ladies, maybe some young men out there, but there is a bunch of flag flippers out there.
Well, I tell you what, in a game of interest around the way, the Carthage Bulldogs have a long winning streak going, but they trail Rusk at the half 14-7. So
no kidding. Wow.
That's an interesting one there. So Clint Harper down there, offensive coordinator for Rusk. So he has some tricks up his sleeve, sounds like.
But wouldn't that thrill his soul to interrupt that winning streak?
It's a long one. I don't know how long that is, but it's in the 30s. I think it's 35, 36 games.
Well, I know they've, out of the last 77, 78 games, I think they've lost one.
Yeah.
And that was a state championship game.
Yeah, so that's at the half. It's Rusk 14, Carthage 7. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. Here at halftime, also 14-7, Mount Pleasant with the lead. You can probably expect that Carthage will come and flip that switch. Let's hope that we flip the switch here as well, as our halftime festivities are coming to an end. And I'm telling you, it's a sight to see. You've got stuff moving all over the place down here. Mount Pleasant's band did a pretty good job there. Real quick, we'll give you some of our information as the Mavettes tonight did a good job. Heather Hills, their director, the assistant director for the Mavettes, Shelby Cromines, Captain Ayanna Johnson, First Lieutenant Faith Martinez, Lieutenants Brianna Lavera, Kendall Bickerdike, and Julia Carlisle. The Big Red Pride, the director for the Big Red Pride, Mark Wyndham. His assistant directors, Christian Guillen, Nick Gibson, Callie DeJesus, Carlos Maldonado. Drum majors this year, Travis Bister, Emmanuel Martinez, Karina Cardova. Color guard director, Erica Hervey and Savannah Potter. And the captains, Michaela McCrae and Jeremy Fowler. Good job, guys, as usual at halftime. So the Marshall Mavericks will run out of the tunnel with 25 seconds to go until we get this one kicked off here at halftime. And the Mavericks come out. Again, our score, it's Mount Pleasant 14, Marshall 7 at the half. And the Mavericks will start kicking the football to the Tigers. So really need to get a stop, Glenn Bickerdike, as we go into this second half. Real quick, got a couple of announcements I need to make. Candace Page listening at home. Her birthday was, I think, about a week ago. So happy birthday to Candace. Hope you're listening to us tonight. And a special congratulations. I know Penny Martino's listening at home. Joe and Penny Martino tomorrow will be their 45th wedding anniversary. I think Joe's been videoing the games about that long.
I think so. Almost as long as, how old are you, Chase?
I'm 47. So
okay,
I think he's
started when you were 2.
I think he has been around for a while. So here comes Mount Pleasant. They'll take the field. Again, they will receive the second half, and I believe they're going to be receiving going left to right. The Mavericks will kick right to left. Again, our score at halftime, it's Mount Pleasant 14, Marshall 7. Maverick defense needs to stop, get started in this second half. All kinds of craziness going around in district. If you're just joining us, Pine Tree losing at the half to White House 14-0. Hallsville over Nacogdoches 17-13. We got Texas Highs running and gunning at Jacksonville 21-7.
Yeah, they're all still at the half, and like I say, it's going to be interesting to see the standings after tonight. If some of these scores hold, I mean, I'm certainly hoping that this one doesn't. But if this score were to hold, you have the Mavericks at 3-2. Mount Pleasant all of a sudden moves to 3-2 and has the
and Hallsville's at 3-2.
Yeah, you'll have, if they win, they're at 3-2, and then we play Hallsville next week. So it would certainly be in the Mavericks' best interest to get it in gear here. And let's walk out of Mount Pleasant with a win tonight.
Yeah, not many possessions for Marshall in the first half. They end up with 4 possessions. Mount Pleasant ends up also with 4 possessions. So let's see what Marshall's defense can do. Need a stop here. Buck Buchanan will be kicking for the Mavericks, again right to left from the 40-yard line. Mount Pleasant's got 2 guys back. Now I think they're going to return this. So let's see what happens. They kicked it deep in the end zone last time, returned last time from Mount Pleasant. Here's the kick from Buck. It's going to be a line driver. It will bounce into the end zone. It'll hit at the 1 and not be returned.
Best surprise.
Yeah, they didn't even try that. He just kind of backed up and let that one come onto the end zone. Of course, once it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback. So Mount Pleasant will set up shop at their own 25, and let's see what kind of adjustments that the Maverick defense is going to make as we come out here to start the second half under this almost full moon.
So here we go. Marshall's defense needs to get a stop here, trailing 14-7. Mount Pleasant from their own 25-yard line. 3 receivers split wide left, ball middle of the field. Thompson shotgun. Wilder to his right. They will now change the play at the line of scrimmage. They'll stay in the same formation. Marshall with a 4-man front, 2 backers. They're going to fake the handoff. Nope, they're going to give it to Wilder going over left side. He'll be hit by Quinn Hawkins, but again, no tackle, and he goes across the 32. Quinn's hitting him, but he's got to tackle him.
I say they're just not wrapping up the running back there for Mount Pleasant. I don't know if that's him that's down on the ground, but he is just a hard-nosed runner. He's just punishing the Maverick defense.
Well, that is Quinn had him at the 28-yard line, and he's hitting him, and he's trying to deliver that knockout blow instead of tackle. And that you got to wrap up and tackle. Well, he's down right now. We're going to stay here. 11:45 to go here in the third quarter. 14-7 our score. But the Mount Pleasant Tigers rattle off 7 yards on first down, and Marshall's really got to do a better job tackling tonight.
And this kid that just ran that last play there that they're getting up off the field, he's the young man that caught that touchdown pass, if I'm not mistaken.
That is. It was Wilder.
Out of the backfield and made a nice running catch, ran under it, and he's being kind of assisted off the field. Looks like maybe an ankle.
And he has really, really played well tonight. Hate to see that. Going off the field here. So Wilder leaves with 11:45 to go here, just 15 seconds into the second half. So we'll have a new running back for Mount Pleasant. 2nd down and 4 from the Mount Pleasant 32. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson shotgun. They'll hand it off going right side. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage.
Now that's a little better team tackling there. They really met him at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be number 6, Lane Pinkard with an N.
Okay,
so going to be the new running back, and the Maverick defense has an opportunity here for a 3 and out as it's 3rd and 2.
So Pinkard picks up only a yard. They'll mark it at the 33. So it's 3rd down and 2 for Mount Pleasant from their own 33-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thompson shotgun. They'll hand it off going right side. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to pick up the first down.
He's going to get just over the 35. Like I say, the possession started right on the 25 because it was a touchback, and he gets the nose just over the 35-yard line, and that will move the chains.
Needed 2, got 2, so it'll be 1st down and 10 Mount Pleasant from their own 35-yard line. 10:48 to play in the third. 14-7 our score. Mount Pleasant with the lead. 3 receivers left. Thompson in the shotgun, Pinkard to his left, Marshall 4-man front from the left hash. They're going to fake the handoff and throw it to the outside. It's caught at the 40. He runs over a Marshall Maverick all the way down to the Maverick 45 on the screen pass left.
Big wide receiver, and he's going to come kind of limping off the field. It looks like he may have hurt his shoulder, but Perkins, he makes the tackle after a huge gain. If he doesn't make that tackle, that's a 20-yard gain, Reggie's saying. He may take that one to the house.
1st and 10 from the Maverick 45. Thompson in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Marshall just on skates here early defensively. They'll come out in a 5-man front. 5-2 right now for the Mavericks. Thompson shotgun back to his right from the 45. They'll hand it off in the backfield. No, Thompson's going to keep it, and our keys don't get in there. He'll go across the 40 to the 38.
He got punished there. Buck Buchanan, he met him head on, hit his helmet up. Good, clean tackle, but he puts a pretty good pop on Thompson, but he jumps right back up and back to the huddle after a 7-yard gain.
That's an 8-yard gain there. It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 38. So that was, just not reading your keys there. And it'll be 2nd down, maybe 3. They got to get down to the 35-yard line. So 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thompson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off right side again. Off he goes to the 35. He'll trip himself at the 30. They'll mark him at the 28. And Marshall is off balance.
Again, we have no outside containment either by the end or the outside linebacker. We're just letting them get the edge, and there's no one there to make the tackle.
So let's see what happens. Somebody's got to get a stop here. 1st and 10.
Oh, that's going to be. That's got to be
a false start.
Well, it should be, but that's going may play out. That's going to be a.
That's Marshall. Marshall intercepts it in the end zone to the 10, to the 20, to the 25, to the 28, to the 30, and let's see what there's a penalty on the. Are they going to call offsides on Marshall?
Is that what it's going to be?
Thought that was motion.
Well, it looked to be. It almost looked. Yep.
Oh my goodness! Offsides, Marshall.
What?
I don't know about that. I didn't see anybody from Marshall move.
Well, I'm not sure if I didn't either, but it was kind of a funky play. It almost looked like it was a snap. Nobody was really ready. The ball comes back, and then the quarterback finally says, I guess I better throw it. We pick it off, but we were offsides apparently.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Now Mount Pleasant will look back to the coaching staff from the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson shotgun back to his right, and the Marshall defense needs to get a stop here. They'll bring 1 man in left side. They're going to hand it off going left side, and he'll be chased out there, but he'll make the corner, and he'll get to the 20.
Just going to be just short of the first down, about 1.5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and short. They've got probably 3 downs here to make this first down.
Mavericks really getting whipped up front. They are controlling the line of scrimmage, are the guys in yellow. So it's right at the end, right at the 20-yard line here, 2nd down and 2 going in. They're just outside the Austin Bank red zone. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 8:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 14-7 Mount Pleasant. Thompson in the shotgun, takes the snap. They'll hand it off going right side. Marshall is there, but don't make the tackle. He'll cut it up, still on his feet. Inside the 15, still on his feet. Inside the 10, Marshall finally brings him down at the 8.
It's really amazing how these players get healed. That was number 14 that was literally helped off the field by 2 trainers. Looked as if his leg was broke, and he's back on the field and just made a nice run there to set up 1st and goal for the Tigers.
11-yard pickup there on 1st down or 1st and goal from the 9, and the Tigers shoving it down the Marshall Mavericks' throat here. 7:47 to play in the 3rd, 14-7. Mount Pleasant is driven all the way down the field on their first possession. Thompson shotgun, man to his right. They're going to hand it to Wilder right up the middle. He'll go in untouched. And this defense is lost as a goose right now.
I tell you what, by far the worst game we've seen. The Maverick defense, they are just they have no answer.
So nothing doing there for Marshall, as they're not able to stop Mount Pleasant at all. Nothing tricky. They just ran the ball right down the Mavericks' throat.
Other than that one little throw over into the flat that was a big gainer, they just flat ran it down our throat and ate up 5.5 minutes of the clock in the process.
So they take it 9 plays, 75 yards. The point after is up, and it's good. And the Marshall Mavericks are in trouble. 7:31 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's Mount Pleasant 21, Marshall 7. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager of Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet in Marshall. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, take the short drive over to Highway 59 South and come and visit us. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or at maverickchevrolet.net. With the largest discounts in East Texas, you're sure to find what you're looking for. If you haven't done business with us before, come see what you're missing. And if you have, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet, your hometown automotive dealers.
So welcome Welcome back here to Mount Pleasant, Texas. And that's a 9-play, 75-yard drive for Mount Pleasant to open the second half. Not what you wanted. 9-yard run from Wilder. And that makes it 21-7. And Marshall Mavericks, they're in trouble.
The offense better find their get in sync here and get to rolling.
So this will be taken by Chi-Chi Roberson at the 20-yard line. He's going to go all the way back across the side of the field, and he's going to be tripped up right about the 25-yard line. They're going to say the ball, he fumbled, but he was down before the ball came out. So it'll be Marshall football at their own 25-yard line. But, this has been just nasty, nasty bad tonight for the Mavericks.
We need to find some rhythm here. We need to answer their drive with a drive of our own.
If you don't score here, you're in trouble land because they used half of the third quarter there on that drive. So Olvera from the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes the snap. It's going to hand this off. Big hole right side to the 30, to the 35-yard line, to the 37. J.Q. Davis.
Well, that was our man last week, and what few times he's touched it tonight, he's had success. I think the Mavericks are going to have to go back just to the basics and try to run the football down their throat.
That'll be a 13-yard run from JQ. First down, Marshall at the 38. They'll give it back to him again. He'll be hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple.
Just nothing opened up there. The Mount Pleasant front 4, they really kind of closed down any gaps that might be there, and it's going to be a loss of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
So both of these offensive and defensive fronts for Mount Pleasant, these are really big kids. You just have to wonder how in the world that they've only won 2 football games.
Well, so they've got some big athletic-looking kids for sure.
2 receivers left, 1 right. 2nd and 11, we're going to hand it to Davis again, right up the middle. Nothing there. Might pick up 2. They're going to mark him right back at the line of scrimmage. No gain. So now we're going heavy run.
We're going to get 2 there. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
We're going to give him 2. Okay, they'll mark it at the 39. So here's a huge play. Marshall's got to get a first down. They cannot give the ball back to Mount Pleasant with 6:15 to play in the third. 21-7 our score. Mount Pleasant with the lead. Mavericks with the football at their own 39-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Olvera in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back. Is going to look to the outside. Has a man out there. It's caught by Smith. He'll pick up the first down. He'll cross the 50. They'll mark him at the 48.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Smith, he was out there on an island by himself, matched up with that corner, big height advantage. He just pushes him down the field and turns just at the first down marker, and Olvera makes a nice throw on the mark, and it's going to give the Mavericks their first down of the second half.
13-yard pitch and catch there for Marshall. First down and 10 for the Mavs at the 48-yard line. 5:40 to play here in the third quarter. It's 21-7, Mount Pleasant. Marshall needs to score. So Smith will be wide left, 2 receivers right. Smith out here by himself. Olvera in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to roll out here looking for Smith. Has a man underneath. It's Montana Warren. He throws it behind him, incomplete.
Yeah, he had him open. That would have been a big gainer, but Olvera, he rolls out to his left, which is a tougher throw for a right-handed quarterback, and just throws it behind Montana Warren. He's unable to. Maybe one that he might could have caught, but it would have been a nice catch. But nonetheless, it falls incomplete, and now we have 2nd and 10.
Stops the clock with 5:22 to go in the third quarter. 21-7 Mount Pleasant. 2nd and 10 Marshall from the Mount Pleasant 48. 1 receiver left, actually 2 left, 2 right. Up back left, no backs in the backfield for Olvera. Empty set. He'll bring 1 man in motion left to right. It's J.Q. Davis. They're going to give it to him coming to the outside. Looked like a hold there, no call, but they'll string it out. That's going to be targeting on Mount Pleasant. There's a penalty, and I think that's going to be targeting.
It's almost as if that Mount Pleasant knew what the play was going to be. Of course, it kind of set itself up on that jet sweep, but it seemed like nearly their whole defense was over here stringing it out.
The flag looked like it was thrown. They're either going to call holding or targeting. I don't know which one. Might be holding on Marshall.
Well, they're talking to their coach.
He hit him it is going to be holding. I thought he hit it. The guy making the tackle was helmet to helmet, and he threw it right when the tackle was made. So they are going to call holding. My goodness. I don't know about that. And I'm surprised that Mount Pleasant's coach is going to take the penalty. It would have been 3rd and 10 after a no gain.
Well, that's kind of what I'm sitting here thinking. They got him for no gain. kind of hard to pass up those 10-yard penalties, but it does give the Mavericks another down, so they're going to be 2nd and 20.
So again, the Mavericks shoot themselves in the foot. 10-yard penalty there on 2nd down. It'll mark them all the way back to their own 42-yard line as we move under 5 minutes to play here. 21-7 is our score. 2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. O'Vera in the shotgun. 4-man front for Mount Pleasant. O'Vera takes the snap, fakes the handoffs, looking to the outside. Has a man. It's Smith at the 48 down to the 40. He'll pick up the first down if they're going to mark it at the 37.
Big play for the Maverick offense. That was a little post route there by Smith, and he 21-yard game. O'Vera hits him right in the hands. He makes a nice catch, and that's what you got to do. You got to execute.
Got to get the ball to your playmakers. 1st down and 10 for Marshall from the 37-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. O'Vera in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. JQ's going to bounce it to the outside. Not going to get out there. Snowed under. He'll lose a yard.
I tell you what, hats off to the Mount Pleasant defense. They really do a good job tackling. They've not missed many tackles tonight. Davis he's had to work for everything he's got, and that was just a one-on-one tackle there with number 23. I have to look over here to my phone to see what his name is since we don't have a paper roster, but that was Braylon Jones, and good one-on-one tackle on Davis.
So 2nd down and 11 for Marshall from the 38-yard line of Mount Pleasant. 1 receiver split wide each side. O'Vera in the shotgun back on either side. Takes a snap, going to hand it to AP. Going right, missed the hole. He'll only pick up a yard. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage +1, so they'll mark it at the 36.
Yeah, I believe he should have cut that up a little earlier. He might have got a little more, but he tried to stretch it out, and there was just nothing out there.
So a gain of only 2. 3rd down and 9. You got to think this is 2-down territory for Marshall.
Oh, there's no doubt. I don't think you would even think about a 53-yard field goal.
So here we go. 3rd down and about 9 for the Mavericks. 1 receiver left, 3 receivers stack formation right. O'Vera in the shotgun with the back behind him. Takes the snap. Heavy rush from Mount Pleasant. Drops back, throws it to the outside, complete to Ja'Cory Smith for the first down. They'll mark it at the 24.
Like I say, we've seen that formation with 3 receivers stacked out there. They were on one side to O'Vera's right, and Smith was able to break it off just beyond the first down marker and make the catch and move the chains.
13-yard pitch and catch from O'Vera to Smith. The ball just outside the Austin Bank red zone at the 23-yard line of Mount Pleasant. 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. 21-7 Mount Pleasant, but Marshall driving. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera from the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Davis. He'll make 1 man miss nothing. I mean, Marshall's offensive line is getting just whipped at the line of scrimmage.
They are giving, especially on the inside, they are not giving Davis anything at all. Those big bodies up front. You look at number 99, number 78. They say, again, we don't have sizes on those fellas, but they've got to average 270, 280.
So Marshall loses a yard there on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11 this half. JQ has had 5 carries. 3 of those went for -1. So 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun on 2nd and 11. Bring 1 man in motion left to right, fakes the handoff to Hope. He's going to give it to Roberson, and he's going to get nothing. I mean nothing. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it on the sweep. Nothing.
That jet sweep is just pretty much been ineffective all season. I can't recall us having much success with that play. Like I say, that may have been a good one to kind of pull that out, and it looked as if he was going to do that, but he didn't. He hands it off, and we get a no gain. Is that what it was, Reggie?
Yeah, no gain on the play. Gain. Bring up 3rd and 11 from the 24. Can't seem to move beyond the 24. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun. Big play here. A lot of folks at the line of scrimmage for Mount Pleasant. He'll drop back. Here comes the rush. He'll get it to the outside. It's going to fall incomplete. Trying to get it to Chi-Chi Roberson.
He just see that Roberson was out there. He wouldn't have got much, I believe, even if he makes the throw. But that's going to make it 4th and 11. I think the Mavericks most definitely have to go for it here. Big play in this game.
Minute 32 left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 21-7. Mount Pleasant has just dominated this football game. Marshall's offense has moved the ball a little bit at times, but nothing.
This has been a pretty good drive. They've taken it from the kickoff, I guess it was at the 25, so we moved it 51 yards and still have a chance to keep it moving.
So 4th down and 11 for Marshall. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Olvera takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw it to the outside. It's going to be dropped. Dropped at the 15-yard line, and Marshall will turn it over on downs. And it's a little early to say that might be the ball game, but it's pretty close. 1:27 left to go here in the third. We're going to have to get a 3 and out.
Absolutely, yeah. We can't let them. Certainly, if they score again, it's over. But we can't let them just eat the clock up here.
Marshall's offense has just been ineffective tonight. This is a continual trend through the season. Mount Pleasant's going to go heavy. 2 backs in the backfield, extra tight end. They're about to go run the ball. They're going to hand it off coming left side. He'll be hitting the backfield, but not tackled.
Will tackle.
And then he'll go out of bounds at the 15, a huge loss, and he'll stop the clock.
I've been saying the big thing is that's going to stop the clock. The Mavericks really kind of strung him out there, and he just eventually runs out of bounds on his own. He's going to lose 7. He's going to lose 7 yards and stop the clock. That's about as good a play as the Maverick defense could have hoped for.
So 1:19 to go in the third quarter. Marshall desperately needs a stop here, trailing by 14. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Thompson now in the shotgun. Again, 1:19 to play. Clock stopped as the back goes out of bounds. Thompson will try to quickly get this play off. He will. They'll hand it off up the middle. Again, humongous hole for Mount Pleasant. They'll take it all the way to the 24.
He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll set up a 3rd and 10. The clock will continue to move on that play. And Mount Pleasant's going to be faced with the situation here. Do they try to just continue to run the football and keep the clock moving, or will they put it in the air and try to move the chains?
Got to get a stop. Big play here. 3rd down and 10 for the Maverick defense. Mount Pleasant from their own 24. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson shotgun, drops back looking to pass. Has a rush there. He'll throw it across the middle, and it will be caught.
Unbelievable.
Caught at the 50, still on his feet. He'll drag a Maverick to the 40, down to the 39.
That was Will Hills again. That's just a dagger in the Mavericks right there. Had 2 defensive backs, 1 in front of him, 1 behind him, and Hills just goes up at that long frame, and he makes the catch, and that's a big play. That just really is going to devastate the Mavericks' chances tonight to win this football game.
37-yard pitch and catch. 1st and 10 Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 40. They're going to have to run 1 play here before the third quarter expires. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and the Mavericks are officially in trouble zone. They'll hand it off up the middle. He'll be hit and dropped in the backfield. No gain, but we will go to the fourth quarter. Marshall trails 21-7 as we go to the fourth quarter. Stay with us. You're listening to Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, and 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass specializes in body and glass repair. Rock chip to a complete installation. Certified Collision and Glass has certified technicians and the equipment to repair the all-aluminum Ford F-150 pickup. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59, next to Marshall Ford, Marshall, Texas, leading the way in body repair. It's certified.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field, and the Marshall Mavericks just kind of shell-shocked tonight. 21-7 our score. Mount Pleasant with the lead and the football in Maverick territory as we go to the fourth quarter, and really the tale of this football game is the inability of the offense to score. I mean, they just hadn't been able to do anything to help this defense.
Well, they've not scored tonight. You say, well, we got 7 points. Well, that was special teams. The offense has not put it into the end zone tonight, really putting our defense in a tough situation. Got to have a stop here and get the ball back.
And we got to do something on offense. We are just having all kinds of fits tonight offensively. So here we go. First down or second down and 10 for Mount Pleasant from the Maverick 39. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Thompson in the shotgun, Marshall in a 4-man front. Now they'll switch the play. He'll look to the sideline as we go under 10 seconds on the play clock. Same formation for the Tigers. They'll hand it off going right side. He'll pick up a bunch. That followed that big offensive line across the 35. They'll mark him at the 34.
And I think you're going to see Mount Pleasant 4-down territory here. They know if they can continue to move these chains that the game's going to fall their way.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Thompson shotgun. 3rd down and 5. Marshall got to get a stop. That line of scrimmage just getting obliterated by the folks in yellow. Handoff behind the line of scrimmage. He'll be hit. He'll lose a couple. They'll mark him at the 34.
Looks like Combs in on the tackle. I was hoping we weren't going to get called for offsides. Just looks like a perfect jump. He timed that snap. No flags on the field, and that's going to make it 4th and 5. Got to have a stop here.
Yeah, biggest play of the football game.
It is. We get a stop here. We get pretty good field position. We have the opportunity to make something happen. Got to stop here. No question.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. No backs in the backfield. Thompson back there by himself. Marshall will go with a 3-man front. They will bring a little pressure late. Throws this one across. So it's going to be
incomplete.
I thought it got batted down and he pulled the ball back, but it is incomplete, so the Maverick defense gets the stop. So come on, offense. Help us out a little bit.
Well, defense does their job there. Let's just hope that it's not too late. We've got to manufacture a drive here. I mean, no question the Mavericks got to get 7 points on this possession.
Got to score and need to score quickly. 10 minutes to play, or 11 minutes to play, 10:50 in the football game. 21-7 is our score. Marshall's offense has not done much tonight. So let's see if they can do something here. Stack formation, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Mavericks unable to run the ball really at all tonight. O'Vera in the shotgun. 4-man front for Mount Pleasant. Takes it, fakes it. He'll roll to his right, being chased. He's going to throw this one outside. And what a catch from number 88, Ja'Cory Smith.
Well, he has made some great catches this year, and that was right up there with him. He just stretches out. Not only does he make a great catch, he knows where he's at, gets his feet down, actually got both feet down, and going to be a nice 7-yard gain on 1st down for the Maverick offense.
It'll also stop the clock as he goes out of bounds with 10:44 to play in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers split wide each side. 2nd down and about 3 for Marshall. O'Vera in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Look quickly, gets it out. That's Ja'Cory Smith dropped it.
He had an easy one there. 1st down. O'Vera hits him right in the hands with it. He's just beyond the 1st down marker, and Smith just can't squeeze the football.
Perfect pass. I mean, little hitch route, easy 1st down. So that'll stop the clock. 10:40 to play here in this one. 21-7 Mount Pleasant. 3rd down and about 4. Marshall needs the 46-yard line for a 1st down. Tell you what, 2 of these kids up front for Mount Pleasant, college size. I mean, they're big defensive line.
They're big boys.
2 receivers split wide each side. O'Vera takes the snap. Bull rush coming. Has a man across the middle. It will be incomplete.
That looked like it could have been pass interference, but there's not going to be called. It looked like Robertson was being hung on to, and I don't think the Mavericks have any choice but to go for it here on 4th and 4. But we're bringing out the punt team. I guess I don't understand this.
10:35 to play, down 14, and Marshall's gonna punt it away.
Yeah, this is a possession football game here. Mavericks are 2 possessions away from tying it, and they're gonna punt it away and see if the defense can get another 3 and out.
Drops tonight have killed Marshall. That drop on 4th down, or would have got a 1st down, dropped a touchdown. Just a tough night for the Maverick receivers. Snap is back. Here's the kick. Good kick from Buck Buchanan. It'll drive the Mount Pleasant Tiger all the way back inside the 10. It'll take a bounce, and it'll be downed at the 10. So
Mr. Sam Palmer, he's going to down it right at the 10-yard line. So a good punt, flips the field, but without a 3 and out, like I say, it's going to be futile. We got to. You would certainly think that Mount Pleasant's going to go into the run mode to try to run this clock down, and we'll see what happens here on this possession.
The only saving grace, that only used about 30 seconds off the clock. So Mount Pleasant with the football at their own 10. Need a stop here for the Maverick defense. 3 receivers left. Thompson shotgun. Wilder to his left. And that really is a timeout, Mount Pleasant. We're going to keep it right here, but I'll have to agree with you. Wilder looked like he was done, like his leg was about to fall off, and now he's back in the football game running wild.
I think
crazy.
He set out maybe 2 or 3 plays, and he comes in and has a couple of good runs and scores that last touchdown. give you. You're going to do the stats. You're going to do the scores. We do have some changes from around the district. Pine Tree has broken that scoreless streak you mentioned, Chase. It's now 14-7 White House, about halfway through the third quarter. We've had a flip down in Nacogdoches. Hallsville led at the half, 17-13. Nacogdoches has roared back with 2 touchdowns. They now lead 27-17. There's been a safety in Texas High. Now it's 21-9. Texas High over Jacksonville.
Well, here we go. Mount Pleasant back on the field. First down and 10 from the 10. 3 receivers left. Thompson in the shotgun. A back to his right. Marshall brings some pressure. And out goes Thompson, right side. Marshall there. The ball's out! The ball's out! Do we get it? I think we do. Is it Marshall football? It is! It is Marshall ball at the 10. What a play!
What a break. We talked about this Mount Pleasant team that seems to kind of self-destruct, and we're going to see it right here. They have given the Mavericks an early Christmas gift. They're going to be 1st and 10 at the 11 with the opportunity to cut this game to a 1-score lead.
And if we scored right now and there was still 10-19 to play, new football game down 7. So this is a huge opportunity for Marshall. First turnover of the game goes to Mount Pleasant, and the Mavericks are in the Austin Bank red zone at the 11. So here we go. Olvera in the shotgun. 2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. J.Q. Davis behind Olvera. He takes it. He gives it to J.Q. Gets to the outside to the 10, to the 5. He cuts up inside. Will he score? No, we'll be out about the 2. That should stop the clock.
See where the linesman, he's going to move up a little bit. He's going to be somewhere around the 2 or 3 yard line. And he says he does not get out of bounds. The clock continues to roll just under 10 minutes. It's going to be at the 3.
That's terrible, because there's no way he didn't get out of bounds. I mean, everybody went out of bounds.
It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 3. The Mavericks can still make a first down without scoring, but they need to score.
So here we go. 2nd down and 2 for Marshall. They're inside the 5. Can they punch it in here and make it a 1-score game? 9:37 to play in the football game. Marshall trails 21-7. Heavy formation right for Marshall, and they jump off sides. Marshall goes in motion.
Like
it's AP.
Andrew Phillips over on the left side of tight end. He just blew out a little early. That's going to be a 5-yard false start on the Maverick offense. Just can't seem to stand success here.
All night, Marshall has shot themselves in the foot over and over and over. So that'll take it all the way back out to the 8. Now the clock starts running again. 9:25. Got to get this thing in the end zone. So 2nd down and about 7 for Marshall after they were looking at 2nd and 2. From the 8, 3 receivers split wide right. 2 right, 1 left. Olvera in the shotgun, takes the snap, going to give it to Davis. Nope, going to keep it. He'll make one man miss. He's trying to get in the end zone. Olvera will keep it, and he'll score over the left side. Touchdown, Marshall.
What a run by Michael Olvera. He kind of pulled that down, and he had the open field there to his left, and he just tucks the football, runs hard, cuts back to the right at the line, at the goal line, and he scores, and we have us a 1-possession football game, ladies and gentlemen.
Olvera he looked to pass, and he got the defensive end in the air. He tucked it, went around him, and scored in the corner. So the much-needed extra point here would make it a 1-possession football game as we await the snap. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. Bad snap, great hold from Chi-Chi Roberson, and with 9:02 to play, Marshall makes it a 1-possession football game. Don't go anywhere at home. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager of Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet in Marshall. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, take the short drive over to Highway 59 South and come and visit us. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or at maverickchevrolet.net. With the largest discounts in East Texas, you're sure to find what you're looking for. If you haven't done business with us before, come see what you're missing. And if you have, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Marshall Ford and Mavericks Chevrolet, your hometown automotive dealers.
Well, folks, welcome back here. We're going to give you the shortest scoring summary ever. 2 plays, 10 yards. Michael Olvera takes it, an 8-yard run over the left side for the touchdown. After the big fumble, the defense comes through again. They need to do it one more time, Glenn Bickerdike.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need a turnover. We just need to stop. I mean, we've got 9 minutes. We've got 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. We can't give up a big play. The defense just needs to do their thing that they've done all season. Other than, they've not played as well tonight, but we need to stop and get the football back.
So here we go, folks at home. Big series here for Marshall's defense. Got the fumble last series and a short field. Marshall scores. So Buck Buchanan will be kicking left to right from his 40-yard line. So here comes the kick from Buchanan. It's going to be a boomer. It's going to drive Mount Pleasant back into the end zone. They will not field this, so Mount Pleasant will start from their own 25. And this is the series of the football game right here.
We're going to see if the defense is ready to turn it up a notch. They've kind of bent a little tonight. They've not completely broke, but they've been kind of manhandled for the most part by this Mount Pleasant offense. We'll see what they do here on this crucial drive.
And they've been on the field a long time tonight as well. So first down and 10 for Mount Pleasant. 9 minutes to go in the football game. Mavs down 7. Receiver left, receiver right, timeout Mount Pleasant. They want to visit about it for a second. That's significant because that's 2. I think they've only got 1 left.
Yeah, they've got 1 left, and the Mavericks, if we can get a stop here, go down and score, that they're kind of out of timeouts, or they've got 1 left. We've got all 3 of ours remaining. We talked about momentum there at the half, Chase. I think we've seen it switch here. I think there's no doubt we get a 3 and out here, the Mavericks are very much in business.
And I tell you what, they punted 1 time tonight, and that didn't go well either. So let's see if we can force a punt. The 1 punt they've had was blocked. So here we go, Mount Pleasant, first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to bring in an extra tight end on the left side, on each side here. So they're going heavy package. They'll hand it off going over right side. He'll make 1 miss, 2 miss. He'll get to the 30. He'll pick up 5 on first down.
I tell you what, he's not a real big back, but he runs about as hard as anybody we've seen this year. You look at him and you think, well, there's not much to him, kind of a small, wiry frame, but he, pound for pound, he runs as hard as anybody we've seen this year.
Second down and 5 for Mount Pleasant. They'll use every second of the play clock. They'll go to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers right, heavy formation again, tight ends all over the place. Thompson in the shotgun. Here comes Marshall on a blitz right side. Uh-oh. They don't get it. Off he goes, does Wilder. He'll cross and he'll run out of bounds, thank you very much, at the 36-yard line. First down, Mount Pleasant. But it does stop the clock.
It stops the clock is the only good thing. It's going to move the chains. The Maverick defense is not going to get the 3 and out, but still plenty of time, 8:21 left to play.
Marshall came with a blitz there. Good job by Wilder bouncing it to the outside. 2 receivers left. 2 tight ends now for Mount Pleasant. Actually, 1 tight end. No, that is 2 tight ends, isn't it? 2 tight ends each side, I think. Heavy formation.
Yeah.
Thompson in the shotgun. Wilder to his left. Marshall needs a stop here. 8:21 to play. They're going to hand it off to Wilder. No quarterback's going to keep it. He's being chased to the outside. Ooh. He's going to be smoked at the 33.
Montana Warren, he laid the wood to him. He hit him with all he had. Montana's not a big kid, but he punished him on that hit.
That was looking – Montana wanted him to cough that football up. Thompson holds on to it, but he'll lose 3 back to the 34. So as we go under 7:55 to play, 1 receiver split wide each side. Thompson in the shotgun. Wilder to his right. They're going to use every second of the play clock. They're just trying to run this thing out, folks. See if Marshall's defense can get a stop here. Second down and 12 from the 34. Marshall walks 1 up. They're going to hand it to Wilder going to the outside. He'll get to the corner. Tackle made. Great tackle made there at the 36.
That was Andrew Paul. He was out there in space with him alone, and Paul, he puts a good angle, able to kind of hog tie his legs and stops him for just about a 5 yard gain, Reggie says. 3rd and 7. Need a stop here by the Maverick defense.
From the 39-yard line. They've got him right there. He's got to get to the 46 for a first down. 3rd down, a long 8. 7 minutes to play in the football game. It's 21-14. Big play here for the Maverick defense. 2 receivers left. Thompson in the shotgun. Wilder to his left. Takes the snaps. Now he's going to throw it. He's being chased by a host of Mavericks. He's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked. Down he goes at the 34.
Chase, is it me or is our defense playing with a different level of intensity And I tell you what, that's a big, big play that's going to certainly force Mount Pleasant to punt here. 4th and 9 at their own 37-yard line.
Marshall's defense gets a stop. Chi-Chi Roberson back, and it is time for some Chi-Chi magic. 6:24 to play. Can Marshall get a good run back here? Last time we got a block. Let's see what we do. 4th down and 9. I don't think they're going to go for this here. In punting position, Marshall brings pressure. They don't get it, but the punt is short.
And it's going to come back our way. Nope, golly, it's how does that thing, it looked like it was spinning backwards. I thought it was going to hit and be a favorable Marshall bounce, but it's still going to be good field position. We're going to be, looks like at the 28-yard line. Plenty of time, 6:03 to play. Marshall has all 3 timeouts still in their pocket.
All right, big series here. Let's go Big Red. Marshall's defense does their job. They get the stop. Mount Pleasant started that possession with 9 minutes to go.
I believe so. Just over 9 minutes, I believe.
I think it was like 9:02, give or take. So they use about 3 minutes off the clock. They leave the Mavericks plenty of time to go down and score. 21-14 our score. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drops back, fakes the handoff, drops back, has somebody chasing him to the outside. He'll get to the outside. He'll dump it off. Nope, going to be incomplete, looking for AP Phillips.
Tried to make a throw right there at the last minute. O'Vera really strung that out, waited to the very last minute and tried to hit AP and just unable to complete it.
Gotten a little too fancy there. Marshall went with the fake handoff and rolled him out. I don't think anybody in the world thought they were going to hand that football off. So 5:55 to play. It's 2nd down and 10 from the Maverick 28. Marshall needs the 38 for a first down. 2 receivers right, 1 left. O'Vera in the shotgun, takes a snap. They're going to hand it off to JQ over left side. He's going to pick up about 8, maybe 9. Let's see where they mark it.
And the good thing on that play, he got a nice gain and stopped the clock. So 5:50 to play. It's going to be 3rd and, well, let's see. Surely he didn't go out.
I thought he got more than that.
Oh, I did too. They're only going to give him 5. I thought he got 7, maybe 8. But it's going to make 3rd and 5. Clock is stopped. 5:50 to play.
Big series here. Marshall definitely will go for it. 2 down territory from their own 33. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. O'Vera takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. A lot of pressure. He's got some room to run. He'll cut it to the 40, to the 45, 50. And he'll be hammered about the 46, but he'll pick up a first down.
I tell you what, O'Vera just absolutely got waylaid on that. He just immediately jumps up and throws the ball to the official. Big gain, moves it over midfield to the 47. Maverick offense is in business.
20 yards for O'Vera, and we needed only about 4. So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks inside Mount Pleasant territory. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. O'Vera with a back on either side. He'll take it. He'll hand it off to JQ left side. He'll make one man miss. He'll cross the 40 still on his feet. That's going to be another first down for Marshall. They'll push the pile across the 35. They'll take it to the 34.
That's going to be close to a 15-yard gain. That's just a great, great effort by J.Q. Davis. He is determined. He's not going to lose this football game.
Marshall with a big run there. I think that's going to be, 16, Reggie Cooper?
They were at the 47, is that
13.
right?
13 on that run. Big run from. So that takes us to 4:55 to go here in the football game. Mavericks trail 21-14. They're inside the 35 at the 34 of Mount Pleasant. Ja'Cory Smith, wide right, 2 receivers left. O'Vera in the shotgun will bring a man in motion left to right. They're going to give it to Chi-Chi Roberson, trying to make the outside. He won't do it. He's going to get back to the 30. Oh, he fumbles, and J.Q. Davis picks it up, and he's off to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Will he get in? Touchdown, J.Q. Davis. He picked up the fumble and takes it the rest of the way.
What a play. That was, I thought we were dead to rights there on that jet sweep. It's been ineffective. He fumbles. J.Q. Davis, he puts it into the end zone, and we're an extra point away from being tied here at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, Texas.
That football popped straight up. It came out from Chi-Chi Roberson running that sweep wide right, and he catches it on the run, does J.Q. Davis, and he cuts back across the field and scores. So as we await the point after, this is a big one. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. So Oh, 4:26 to play in the football game. It's a new game, 21 all. From Sam Parker Field, stay with us. We'll be back after this.
It's time to have your heating and air conditioning units checked out. Keith Air Conditioning and Heating, where you get Train equipment, quality, full service, same-day response, free estimates for residential and commercial customers. Train and Keith Air Conditioning and Heating since 1975. Keith Air Conditioning warranties all work, whether you need to repair or a new Train system. Call Brian Keith, 903-935-3664. It's hard to stop a train.
Well, folks, welcome back here to Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and it is a wild ending to this one. 4:26 left to play. Marshall has stormed back. They were down 21-7 going into the fourth quarter. It's now tied at 21 after a 5-play, 72-yard drive, which was capped off by a 34-yard fumble pickup from J.Q. Davis, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
Unbelievable turn of events. The momentum is certainly shifted over to the Mavericks camp. We need to kick this thing off and get a stop, and let's win this thing here in regulation, and let's go to Marshall, Texas, 4-1.
So here we go. The folks in red and white, I can hear the cowbells from here. They are a-ringing across from us. 4:26 to play. We're tied at 21. Marshall will kick off left to right. Buck Buchanan kicking. Let's see if he'll put this one in the end zone. What a series there. Marshall's offense doing nothing tonight. The fourth quarter, they've come alive. Here comes the kick from Buchanan. It's going to be high kick. It's going to be taken in the end zone. He'll bring it out. Here comes Mount Pleasant at the 10.
He'll fall down.
And he'll fall at the 13, and Marshall will pin him deep.
He got tackled by the hash mark there at the 13, and that's going to be terrible field position for the Tigers. The momentum has completely shifted to Marshall. They have got the Tigers pinned back. We need to stop here. Plenty of time. 3 timeouts remaining for the Mavericks. They can certainly come away victorious in regulation here if we just do what we've been doing.
Let's go Big Red. Marshall needs a stop from the 13-yard line. Mount Pleasant with the football. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson shotgun. He'll hand it off and he'll be hammered at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a couple. They'll mark him at the 15, will they, Wilder? Gain of only 2.
I tell you what, Mount Pleasant really gone into a conservative mode here, and I think it's really kind of going to come back to haunt them. They've kind of pulled in their wings, and the Mavericks are taking advantage of it.
4 minutes left to play in this one. We're tied at 21. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, 1 to the right. Thompson in the shotgun, Wilder to his left, 2nd and 7. He drops back looking to pass. He'll throw it across the middle, and it will be picked off. It's picked off down to the 30, to the 25. It's Andrew Paul with the pick on the deflection, and Marshall is set up with 3:44 to play.
Unbelievable. Ball, the throw went right through the receiver's hands, up in the air. Andrew Paul and tip drill. He pulls it out of the air. Nice little return, about 10, 12 yards. Maverick offense is 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 25 going in. What a change of events.
Oh, a tip drill. Andrew Paul with the catch at the 35. He goes 10 yards to the 25. Marshall just needs to score to take the lead. 1st down and 10 Mavericks from the 25. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Olvera in the shotgun. Takes it, hands it off to JQ. Going left side, big hole to the 20. He'll cut to the outside to the 15. He'll get the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 14.
All right, this is where the Mavericks can start.
That's a terrible call. They're going to call holding, and that is awful. Great run from JQ Davis. They're going to call holding at the end of the play. That is awful. Oh, my goodness. There's a flag down right at the end of the play.
No, they're saying that Mavericks said, looks like it's going to be against Mount Pleasant. No, there's no flag.
Well, he's picking it up.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
the whitehead just waved it off. He said no penalty. So
about to send me into orbit.
I'm going to give Chase.
Holy
what do you give a give a Valium? Is that what he needs, Reggie?
Quaaludes.
Reggie.
Holy.
No.
So what's that, Reggie? That's 10 yards, Reggie. Okay, I thought I was going to have to come out of this booth. Okay, so here we go. 3:22 to play. 21 all. at the 15-yard line in the Austin Bank red zone. They'll hand it to J.Q. Davis again. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage, but he'll pick up a couple. They'll mark him inside the 15. They'll mark him down to the 13.
I tell you what, J.Q., he is not going to go down on first contact. That little man, he just kind of inflicts some pain on the defense. He is going to make them pay when he gets the football.
And this is where using those timeouts for Mount Pleasant is really going to hurt them. 2:52 and counting. We're tied at 21. Marshall's going to use every second here of the play clock. 2nd and 8 from the, 13?
From the 13, and they can still get a first down to the 5.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on either side of Olvera. He'll hand it to Davis, left side. Big hole. He'll cross the 20. He'll take it to the 15.
Oh, going to be a hold.
And here comes the penalty. They're going to call holding.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's the back judge. He's under the goalpost. He's going to call a hold. Looks like, at least where the flag lands.
I don't know about that. So that's going to be, I believe that's going to be a holding call. That flag came from the other side of Titus County.
He was under the end zone, under the upright.
They're going to chop block. Give me a break.
That's actually blocking below the waist. The chop block is on the hips. That's must have blocked below the waist back towards the football.
So what is that, a 10-yard or 15?
That's going to be it should be it's going to be from
8 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be from the spot of the foul.
And
it is.
It's still 15 yards.
And it's still 2nd down, correct?
Yeah, we will replay the down.
Oh, so back to the 21-yard line now after the huge penalty. So that's not what we wanted to see. So back to the 21 now. 2:29 to play, knotted at 21. It'll be 2nd down and 16?
Yes. And the clock is rolling with 2:22 to play in the football game.
Oh, my goodness. Big penalty there. Marshall was set up inside the 5. So it'll be 1 receiver split wide each side. Olvera in the shotgun, back on either side. Will bring man in motion left to right. Now they're going to go back. They're going to give it to Davis. Big hole. He'll cross, get down to the 15. Good run there from J.Q. Davis.
That's the smart thing. Just run in the middle of the field. Let the clock run. It's going to be 3rd down here. Let the clock run on down. I think.
Boy, we need a first down here. First down would really put us in a good
touchdown.
spot.
Like I said, the good thing is we're milking the clock on down. We're certainly in field goal range. It looks like we may even run this thing down, Chase, and call a timeout. That's what Coach Greedle's going to do. He's not
minute 35 left here in the football game. We're under 10 seconds on the play clock. So we're going to run this down to 120.
About 120, and we're going to call a timeout. Coach Greedle doing a good job here of managing the clock. And we're going to have 121, actually, as we call the Mavericks call their first timeout. They're going to have
let's
10.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So 3rd down and 10. You've got to think we're going to run the football again. Everybody in the stadium is going to think J.Q. Davis is going to get it. Do you turn Mike loose? Do you fake the handoff and turn Mike loose backside? If you do, I don't think anybody will see him till he goes and sits next to the Palm squad in the end zone. I don't know if anybody's going to be keying Michael Olvera.
Well, you certainly don't throw the football here. And unless Marshall scores, I would look for Mount Pleasant to probably burn their last time out, because if Marshall runs the football, I would look for Greedle to want to keep it in bounds. If we don't score, you burn another 40 seconds. That's going to take it down to about 40 seconds to play.
And no penalties. We cannot get no blocks below the waist, no clip-ins. We got to keep this thing within this field goal range here.
Buchanan certainly has the range well beyond where we currently sit, but we don't want to move the ball back any further. I would look for something pretty simple here.
1:21 to play, 3rd down and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to give it to Davis. He goes across up the middle. He'll keep his feet. He'll cross the 10. They'll push him forward. They're going to mark him down. Should be about the 10.
And Mount Pleasant's going to call their last time out, just as expected. They're going to want to they're going to assume here that Marshall's going to kick the field goal, and they're going to want the ball back.
So that'll stop the clock with 1:12 left to play here in the football game. And Marshall is set up to kick the
Now, I'm assuming that the scorekeeper, we would not have called. They're showing that we took the timeout. Which
that's incorrect.
That's got to be incorrect.
That's incorrect.
Because we would not have called a timeout as soon as the play ended, I can assure you.
Yeah, the timeout was called by Mount Pleasant, so they are now out of timeouts, having used those 2 earlier in the football game.
And we have 2 remaining.
So here's what's setting up if you're listening or watching at home. 1:12 left to play. Marshall in the fourth quarter has scored 14 points, 14 or 7 of those off turnovers. If we make this field goal here, it will be 10 off turnovers. And this could be the game-winning field goal. It will be from the middle of the field. It'll be a 27-yard field goal. So Buck Buchanan will come out. Marshall and the Tigers are tied at 21. 1:12 to play. And can Marshall get a miracle finish here and win this football game?
This is just beyond what would be an extra point. Like you said, Chase, the ball is set up right in the middle of the field. Sam Palmer, the snapper, Chi Robertson, the holder, and Buck Buchanan
had
with
one
the leg.
blocked. Had one block tonight. So here we go. Buck Buchanan back to kick as we await the snap. Here we go. Waiting. And there's going to be a timeout, Marshall.
Yeah, I think that was probably a call. I think we were trying to draw them off sides because we are fourth and looks like just inside of 5 yards for a first down. I think Greedle, that was probably a called play. Everybody hold your water.
But I tell you what, that's tough. That's a tough deal. I mean, you send your kids out there 16 to 18 and you say, be still, don't move. Yeah. And
because
that's a big deal.
Because if they jump off sides or make contact, we have a first down at the 5-yard line, and then we basically can do what we want to do. We can try to score or run the clock, that last second field goal.
But if we jump, it's a 5-yard penalty, and now it's a 32-yard field goal. So that's a heady. That's a good job by that special teams unit for Marshall being still. So here we go, 1:12 left to play in this one. We're knotted at 21, and the Mavericks are lined up to attempt a 27-yard field goal. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. So here we go. The Mavericks have had one blocked here tonight. Snap is back, bad snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good.
Yes!
What a good job from Buck Buchanan and Chi Robertson.
Yeah, Chi, the snap was not good. It is, I was making sure there wasn't a flag. Everybody was kind of congregated on the field.
Well, they should have called a flag because they roughed the kicker, and there was no call there. They should have called a flag for roughing the kicker. They absolutely took Buck Buchanan out. But the kick is up and good. So 24-21, our new score with 1:07 to play. That snap from Sam was low. Great job by Chi Robertson getting it down. I mean, it kind of bounced to him.
Well, it almost looked like he was going to get up and try to run it, what we kind of call the fire when you have a bad snap. But he kind of got up and I don't think he had a knee on the ground. And he's able to get it on the tee. Buck Buchanan gets it through, and the Mavericks have their first lead of the ball game.
So 1:07 left to play. It's 24-21. Marshall with the lead. You got to hope to pin them deep here and see if you can keep them out. We haven't seen a kicker tonight for Mount Pleasant. It doesn't look like they've got the leg for that. So if you can pin them here, you got to think they're going to run this out.
Well, Chase, in high school, to ask a team, let's say they started at the 25 with no timeouts in 1:07, just unless we have a complete breakdown by the Maverick defense, that's a tough bill of sale for this Tiger offense.
I mean, folks, this Marshall team was dead in the water going to the fourth quarter. Mount Pleasant had the football. The defense needed some stops. They got them. The offense found a way to score. And all of a sudden, a 21-7 Mount Pleasant lead going to the fourth has eviscerated. It's 24-21 Marshall, 1:07 to play, as the Mavericks will kick off left to right. Holy smokes. Let's go Buck Buchanan if he'll put this one. This would be one to put over in the cheering section.
Yeah, if he could get this one out of the end zone, that would be spectacular.
So here comes Buck again kicking left to right. Marshall with a 3-point lead. Here's the kick from Buck. It's going to bounce and go into the end zone, and a great bounce there. They will not take it. They'll start from their 25 with 1:07 to play.
What a great time for a touchback. Like I say, we need to get them to do something in the field of play, keep the clock moving. just one or two big plays here by the defense.
And I'll tell you this, Glenn Bickerdike, those kids didn't quit all night. I mean,
did not.
Nothing went our way, and they just kept plugging. And goodness gracious, they've got a 3-point lead with 1:07 to play. Can the defense hold one more time? So here we come. Mount Pleasant to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Thompson in the shotgun with Wilder to his right from the 25. Takes the snap. That should be a penalty.
That should be a false start.
Yeah. Everybody on that right side left a little early.
Yeah, that's gonna move them back a little further. Now they got to go 70 yards.
And you got to think that Marshall's got their 2 safeties really deep back to the 35-yard line. Just keep everything in front of you with 1:06 to play.
You cannot give up the big play here.
2 receivers split wide each side. Marshall with a 3-man front here. Wilder back there with him. Thompson takes it, rolls to the left. A lot of pressure from Marshall. Catch will be made.
Incomplete.
Incomplete at the 30 or at the 26.
The only bad thing about that for the Mavericks is the clock stops.
If we stop the clock 4 times and get it back, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I am okay with that.
But the good thing is it's incomplete. It's 2nd and 15.
1:02 to play in the football game. 24-21 is our score.
We've done a little change. They brought Robertson at corner and moved Montana Warren at the safety position to get a little more speed back there.
3 receivers left. Thompson takes it. He's going to roll to the outside. A lot of pressure from Marshall, and he almost gets sacked, and somehow he stays on his feet. He's hit as he throws. Oh, my gosh! He's got a man wide open. Buck Buchanan's chasing him down at the 30. Will he make the tackle at the 22? Oh, with 46 seconds behind. Mount Pleasant is in position.
The clock's going to roll. They're going to have to spike it here. Unbelievable. How do the Mavericks not?
Oh, we don't make a sack, and we let him out, and they're now at the 22-yard line. 42 seconds left. Mount Pleasant's going to spike the ball and stop the clock. 39 seconds. Oh, my goodness gracious.
How? It's unbelievable.
4 people missed the sack. Had him dead in the
dead
water.
to right. Just could not make the tackle. You make that sack, Chase, and I think the ball game's pretty much over.
Oh, 39 seconds left at the 21-yard line. Mount Pleasant has it. It might be time for Marshall to take a timeout and talk. All right, so here we go. Marshall up 3. They've got the ball at the 21. 2 receivers split wide each side. Marshall's going to bring some pressure. Rolls to the outside. Has a man. It's going to be overthrown.
It's going to be third.
Stops the clock with 35 seconds.
It's going to be 3rd down. This is going to. They don't convert here. They've got to think about if they're going to kick a field goal.
Oh my goodness gracious! So here we go. 3rd down and 10 for Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 21-yard line. 35 seconds left to play. 24-21. And this has been the wildest 4th quarter I have ever seen.
It's been.
Yeah, we got to bring some pressure here. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Marshall staying in that 3-man front. Thompson takes it. He's going to roll to his right, has some time. Looking across the middle, has a man out there. He's going to throw it up. It'll be
way out of bounds. Let's go see here. They're going to kick. Are they going to go for the field goal?
I don't know if they think they've got somebody that can kick that. So it's 4th down from the 21.
They have no timeout, so they're bringing their kicker on. Let's see what happens, folks. This is not the ball. This will tie the ball game. Mavericks with a field goal attempt here. I think the Mavericks got to make sure it's not a fake.
30 what? How many is this? Going to be a 30.
It's at the 21. It'll be a 38-yard field goal.
All right. It's 38-yard field goal from the left hash. 24-21 is our score. We've got 29 seconds left, and Mount Pleasant's running a guy on late. And they're not going to get the play off. They're not going to get the play off. They're going to have to back it up 5 yards because they didn't have all the linemen out there. Oh, my gosh. The 35-yard field goal is now going to be a 40.
Now, is that a 10? Well, it doesn't matter.
It's a 5-yard penalty. And that'll take them back to the 26. Oh, my goodness.
Now it'll be a 43-yard field goal.
Oh, my goodness. What a big penalty there for Mount Pleasant. So, 28 seconds left from the left hash. 40 what?
43-yard field goal.
So here comes Marshall. Can they bring some pressure? Can they get a stop here? Oh, there's going to be a penalty. Timeout, Marshall. Nope.
Other way. They don't have any more. Yeah, it's timeout.
That's going to be a penalty in itself.
There go. That's old Greedle did the old ice the kicker. He had one timeout left in his pocket over there, and He waited to the very last second. He gets the timeout, and he's going to let this young
43 yards.
I tell you what, the kicker for Mount Pleasant, don't you know his parents are probably throwing up in their popcorn sack right now?
Well,
I know I would be if it was my son.
To set the stage for you at home, folks, Marshall had a sack, had him dead to rights, Thompson at about the 10, and he gets out and throws to a wide-open Mount Pleasant Tiger, and Buck Buchanan chases him down and makes the tackle.
Otherwise,
that might be the difference if he misses here.
Game.
So here's the setup. 27 seconds left. 24-21 Marshall. Mount Pleasant with the ball left hash. They're kicking with a little bit of wind behind him. It's going to be a 43-yard field goal after the 5-yard penalty here. So let's see if Marshall can do something and get in there and get a stop. So I don't know. There should not be. I mean,
there's 28 seconds. No time should have rolled off the clock there. They're trying to get the game clock
seconds.
right.
So here we go, folks, from home. Here comes the field goal attempt. Ball left hash.
Everybody on
Marshall's got
side.
everybody up at the line.
Get on sides.
So let's see what happens. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is up.
No good.
No good. Wide left and low. And Marshall is going to win the football game. Down 14 going into the fourth, and the Mavericks are going to win.
Unbelievable, folks. We're glad you listened to us on the radio tonight, but if you weren't here in Mount Pleasant, you missed one whale of a football game.
Dead in the water were the Marshall Mavericks going into the fourth quarter, down 14. And the Mavericks fight back to get the win. It's 24-21, 25 seconds left, and Marshall is going to come back and win this football game.
They're fixing to run my favorite play, Chase.
Oh, my goodness.
Out of the victory formation. They got to have one snap here.
I've seen one play like this, one game like this, Glenn Bickerdike. Marshall beat Kilgore way back in the 80s, down 14 with about 5 minutes to play. They came back and won it. And this one is similar. Marshall in the victory formation at the 25. They'll snap it. They'll take a knee. And the Marshall Mavericks are going to win it tonight and go to 5-3 on the season.
4-1 in district.
Oh, my goodness gracious. The Mavs win. Mavs win. 24-21. Stay with us. We're going to bring you the stats and everything about this crazy football game when we come back from Sam Parker Field.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your bandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Bandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the bandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Bandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and bandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Marshall ISD athletics programs help students achieve the highest level of success both on and off the field by challenging them to grow physically, intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Our athletes have access to state-of-the-art training facilities, providing them with top-tier tools needed to be successful. MISD has a rich history of developing talented athletes that have proven to be successful at the college and professional levels. Come play at Marshall ISD and find out why we take pride in our past and promise for our future.
At RRCU, you never have to worry about what's in your wallet. Just worry about what's in your mobile wallet. With RRCU's new Rewards Visa credit card, your money is safe and secure right inside your smartphone. Keep your Visa Rewards card in your smartphone mobile wallet and be ready to earn rewards with every purchase. Details at rrcu.com. Enjoy extra features like card swap and Visa purchase alerts. Your cards are always safe when they're in your RRCU mobile wallet. RRCU is federally insured by NCUA.
13,000 financial advisors, $850 billion in assets under care. How did Edward Jones become one of the biggest financial service companies in the country? By not acting that way. Financial strategies, one-on-one advice, it's a big difference. And it's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Experience the difference for yourself. Call 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com for a financial advisor in Marshall. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Well, folks, welcome back to Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and a whale of a fourth quarter for the Marshall Mavericks, and they come back to win it 24-21. They score 17 unanswered points to win. And Glenn Bickerdike, what a fourth quarter.
Would you like some better news than that, Chase?
Hit me. I don't know if we can get better than that,
Well,
but I'll take your word for it.
Let me lay it on you. I just looked at the standings with what happened with the upset White House at Pine Tree. This win right here just put the Mavericks in the playoffs. You look at the standings, the Mavericks, if they lose out, they're 4-3. Nacogdoches would be in, and the best Pine Tree Mount Pleasant can do would be 4-3, and we've got the head-to-head on both of them. Even if Hallsville wins out, we're in the playoffs with the victory tonight with what else played out tonight.
Folks, we talked about at halftime that the reason Mount Pleasant had not won these football games this year is they hurt themselves. They'd have turnovers. They'd have bad things go their way. And, man, true to form in the fourth quarter, they fumble at the 10, and we score 2 plays later. They throw an interception. We score the game-winning field goal. I mean, bless their hearts. For 3 quarters, that yellow team down there, Mount Pleasant, outplayed us. But in that fourth quarter, those dudes over there in red and white remembered, hey, we're going to win this football game.
We're going to win this football game.
I mean, I am so proud of that team. We looked dead in the water. Offense struggle bus all night tonight. 7 points, all we'd scored on a blocked punt. But the Maverick offense finds a way. They move the ball in the fourth quarter, and they score 17 points and get out of here tonight with a victory 24-21.
I'm wore out.
I cannot believe. Alec Reyes, I'm about to have stroke up here, buddy. What a game from Marshall. Let's talk about these statistics. Let's see what that looks like tonight. Marshall ends the night. Let's see here. Total yards for the Mavs, 213 yards. They had 138 on the ground, 75 through the air. Olvera finishes 13 of 28 for 75 yards. Ooh, is that right, Reggie Cooper? 13 of 28 for 75 yards. So 213 game total for Marshall. Mount Pleasant finishes the game, 378 yards of total offense, 181 in the air, 197 on the ground. Thompson finishes 7 of 14 for 181. But Thompson had 2 crucial plays that went Marshall's way, the big fumble and the big interception. Both of those end up in points for Big Red. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. How about J.Q. Davis picks up the fumble from Chi-Chi Roberson? It bounces straight up to him, and he goes 38 yards for a touchdown.
Unbelievable. And just everything shifted and went the Mavericks' way in the fourth quarter. Even when we couldn't make the sack, the kind of the Hail Mary pass by Thompson finds a receiver wide open, and Buchanan is able to catch him and tackle him, and then eventually set up the field goal that was missed. And like I say, just all the cards fell the Mavericks' way there in the fourth quarter. What an unbelievable high school football game.
And let me tell you something else. Buck Buchanan, he gets that game-winning field goal. But the play of the game might have been when that receiver got loose late. He's off and running, and Buck Buchanan chases him down and makes a game-saving tackle. There was nobody else but Buck.
Yeah, he tackles him at the 20-yard line, and like I say, the Mount Pleasant Tigers had no more timeout, so they have to sprint down the field, spike the ball, and unable to convert the first down, get the penalty, and have to attempt the 43-yard field goal, which had the distance, but he just pulls it left, and that sealed the victory for the Mavericks.
Well, I tell you what, when you need, and I'll tell you, folks, this is no disrespect for the Marshall Mavericks in the trenches. Mount Pleasant is really good up front, and they had their way with us tonight. I mean, 348 yards of total offense. That's a lot of offense, and they moved the ball up and down the field. However, when it got down to crunch time and our defense needed a stop, by goodness, they got them.
They did.
Got the stops and the turnovers, and Marshall somehow comes away tonight with a 24-21 win on the road in Mount Pleasant and never had the lead until a minute and 15 seconds to play.
That was the only time we led.
And that's it's not important when you lead. It's only important at the end when you do. So, Dusty Weaver, there is no way these statistics are going to be right that I'm handing you, because I was very excited for the last half of that football game. So you can take that, but you tell Coach Greedle it's all wrong. All right, so, folks, the Mavericks 24-21. Glenn, look around the district. Tell us what's going on over there.
Well, like I say, I had gone back here to the standings. The Hallsville, they end up losing to White House. Let me go back here to my
White House, Hallsville.
I'm sorry,
Pine Tree.
They lost to Nacogdoches. Pine Tree loses to White House, and I'll go back here and let me get to the district, and I'll give you all the scores exactly. Give me just 2 seconds. I'm almost there. Here we go. The only game still in action, Texas High is up 42-9 over Jacksonville with 8:07 to play. Of course, you know the final here. Mavericks come back in dramatic comeback fashion to win 24-21. Nacogdoches holds off scoring effort by Hallsville. They win 30-24 at home. And then the big upset, which really plays into the Mavericks' favor as we look at the playoff picture, White House gets their first win on the year as they upset Pine Tree 21-14.
Hey, that team last week was a better team than their record. I mean, they really are a much better team than their record. You see that tonight with that big win at Pine Tree.
I tell you what, Mount Pleasant's a good football team.
Yes.
I tell you what, that's what I was going to look at the records to see. I know they've only got 2 wins on the season. Those are district wins. But, they've still got an outside shot to make the playoffs. And they've got some – you made the comment about the athletic eye test. We lose the football game just based on that, and they've got some receivers, got that hard running back, some big offensive and defensive linemen. These kids they've still got some life in them. I'm
gonna tell you right now, that might be the best. No disrespect to J.Q. Davis, that might be the best back in our district right there. Wilder, he ran really, really hard.
And I say no disrespect to JQ because he is a phenomenal running back, but that kid's the real deal.
Yeah, a lot of good football players up here in Mount Pleasant. Again, folks, a wild one here. Marshall gets the win, 24-21. Okay, guys, players of the game. Who you got?
I tell you what, there's a lot of them you can throw in hot. We're just going to do one, and we're going to do one in each part of the game.
Let's do one wherever you want to put them.
You want the man.
Who you got? Somebody tell me.
I got Buck Buchanan.
Buck Buchanan. I think Alec Reyes says Buck Buchanan kicks the game-winning field goal, makes the game-saving tackle. I think that's a pretty good pick.
He was one of mine. I think, Quinn Hawkins had another big game, some big tackles. J.Q. Davis. I guess probably for me, Davis, again, just what he did there at the end of the game. He really put the team on his shoulders. So I'm going to pick Davis for my 2 weeks in a row as my player of the game.
Yeah, Davis played great. The offense came alive a little bit there at the end. Tell you what, I'm going to go with just – it's going to sound kind of corny. Whole group, everybody stayed together. They could have folded the tents down 14. I mean, when it was 21-7, things were not going our way. Had they scored on that next possession, it would have been a runaway football game. And everybody, I think, kind of rallied the troops and said, not tonight. And the Mavs win 24-21. So I'm going to go with the Marshall Mavericks. I'm going to give everybody a helmet sticker tonight. All right, folks.
Did Topher pick one?
Topher was nodding on the kicker. I think Topher liked Buck Buchanan.
Good, Buck. I say Buck certainly. I mean, there's a lot of players that we don't win this football game without them. Certainly, if Buck doesn't get back and make that tackle, we lose tonight.
Yeah, a lot of players, a lot of plays. So, again, folks, Marshall wins tonight 24-21. They move to – let's see here. They're going to move to 5-3 on the season, 4-1 in district play. They're in sole possession of second place. If they win out, they'll finish in second. We'll host a playoff game. You win next week, I think you're guaranteed to host a playoff game and finish in second place.
That should be the case. Next week, senior night. Again, we love all of our fans that listen to us, but we would much rather you be at Mavericks Stadium next Friday night screaming and yelling for the Mavericks as we play our cross-county rival, big rival against Hallsville. Senior night, come out. The weather hopefully will be great, and let's cheer these boys on and as we continue to progress through this successful winning season.
What a great win. Again tonight, Marshall wins it 24-21 on a late field goal from Buck Buchanan with about 1:15 seconds to play. For the whole crew here, for Glenn Bickerdike, for Reggie Cooper, Alec Reyes, Topher Patty, I'm Chase Palmer. Thanks for listening to us. How about those Marshall Mavericks? We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to Marshall Mavericks football on the heartbeat of East Texas, KMHT. Chase Palmer has provided your play-by-play. Glenn Bickerdike has provided color commentary, and Reggie Cooper has provided statistics and additional insights. Topher Patty and Alec Reyes have provided your video. From the entire sports team, this is Alec Reyes saying so long, everyone, and have a great night.